everybody. How's it going? Welcome. I've had a hell of a last few weeks. Just in general. I am tired. But I'm still happy to be here, and I'm happy to be with all of you. Yahoo! Wow! Okay, let's see. Let me get the Aggie pinned up. There we go. And I'll pin that up in the YouTube chat as well. As why not? Alright. Very good. So, how's everybody's evening tonight? It is a Saturday and not a Friday, as I have been doing these things, but I was tired and I don't remember what I was doing last night, actually. Oh, no, I don't remember what I was doing last night. I was busy last night. But, yeah, this past week, my good friend, good old pal, Temmie, not the Undertale one, but, like, named after the Undertale one, you know, like, Temmie, my mod, came in. Like, as in, like, came physically to where I live, and got in a hotel near me, and we just hung out for a week. I was kind of low energy for a lot of it, particularly as it went on, just because, A, socializing is very draining for me, more so physically in person than online, but B, I've just been, I'd had to deal with the abrupt move due to the smoke stuff in my apartment, and since that, I only got my desktop set up, like, the evening before Temmie arrived, and so, like, throughout this whole, like, 3-week period, just have not had a chance to, like, properly exhale and recenter and refocus and all those other fucking business words. But point being, I haven't really had a chance to, like, get back to a sense of normalcy, you know? Like, I'm in my new place, but nothing is nothing is, like, organized or properly put away. And, like, I got completely knocked out of my routine, and I haven't been able to get back into it. And so it's only, like, this coming week that I'll have a chance to, like, actually process things and get back to a sense of normalcy and just adjust and decompress and just catch my breath, pretty much. But I mean, I do not mean to imply that I had a bad time, because I had a fucking blast. Me and Temmie, we went and did karaoke. We went to the range, and we did a lot of just hanging out. We went to, like, I made him get, I got him cookout. Gotta have cookout if you're coming to the South. I also had him compare Raising Cane's to Zaxby's. For Zaxby's, and I'm inclined to agree. It's exhaustion rather than not have fun time. Yes, exactly. Like, it's not that I don't want to hang out. It's that I just physically, mentally, emotionally, like, just completely fucking drained. And so I cannot, like, I feel bad in being around people because I'm not able to be attentive and engaging in the way that I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's the fact that I can't, like, I feel like I am letting someone down if I am hanging out with them, but not really, like, engaging or talking to them, or just, like, I'm just sitting on my computer doing the shit I'd always do. And even then, even for me, like, even if I'm not actually engaging, there's still some, like, additional background tax of just, like, having another person in my space, where it's like I'm constantly thinking about them and making sure I'm, you know, being a good host or whatever. And so, like, that is obviously very different than just being alone and just getting to chill. Hey Arlo, how's it going? Oh, I didn't say, but welcome, Shotgun Gabe. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, overall, had a fucking blast. Really glad to hang out. Really glad we hung out. Really glad that time he came. I understand you probably just sucks with James. Oh yeah, no. They're a fucking sweetheart and considerate. Like, halfway through the week, I felt so bad about it. Like, I was genuinely kind of crying about it. And the next day, they showed up, they were like, they brought me like snacks and Pepsis, and they were just like, you don't have to like fucking do anything. We can just sit here and we can just chill. You can just do whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm here for you. I don't give a shit about doing anything else. And that was so, oh god, I'm tearing up again. It was just so considerate and sweet and like, fuck. Speaking of Pepsi. Yeah. But yeah. You know, it was a great time. I loved going to the range with Temmie. Karaoke was also a lot of fun, but, you know, guns are my special interest. I had him shoot, the first thing I had him shoot was a Glock 34. And I always like, whenever I'm taking someone who is new to shooting to shoot guns, if I'm gonna have them shoot a pistol, I'm gonna have them shoot a Glock 34, and I'll tell you why. It is the biggest, one of the biggest Glocks. I think, is the 17L longer? Hang on, let me check that. Glock 17L, barrel length, just over 6 inches. And then the 34 is 5.3 inches. Okay, yeah, so the Glock 17L is longer. But it is the, like, longer slide target kind of version of the 9mm Glocks. I believe it's on the, yes, it's on the Glock 17 full-size frame. And, yeah, Glock numbers are hard to remember. But the reason I always pick those when I'm taking someone new to the range is that, because it is large and a little bit, not too heavy, but like heavier than a 19, obviously, because you just got physically more of it, it is going to tend to have less recoil than, you know, some snappy little CCW piece or whatever. And because of the longer slide, it's going to have a longer sight radius, which makes it easier to aim. And a lot of the ones that are like rentals from the ranges also have like red dots just already on them, which are basically cheating in terms of like aiming. So it's a really nice platform to learn on, I think, because the ergonomics are pretty easy to handle compared to like most other basic pistols. And it's like, because the actual sighting part of it is fairly simple, you know, especially when you've got a red dot, it's easier to focus on other aspects of handling, like, oh, make sure you aren't like compensating for the recoil by pulling the gun down before you fire, you know, that kind of stuff. That's something that I used to do a lot, and it's something that Temmie also definitely experienced for the first time. just as a first-time shooter. It's a very common thing. Yeah. I'll be honest, Tammy was a pretty good shot for a first time. Not too bad. I was I was also very proud of my accuracy, which I was not sure how it was gonna be, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Let's see. Do I have? What are my range pictures? Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna show my results for now because I already posted like Temmie's stuff in Discord, but like. Federico's water. Okay, so let's see. Which one is it? Yes. So this, you're gonna say, "Wow, you're a dog shit shot." But this was with the pistol at 25 yards, which I don't know if you ever shot a pistol at 25 yards. That's pretty fucking far. Like, even with a red dot, like, it's still a pretty decent range. So I'm just happy with the fact that I got, let's see, 1, 2, I got 8 out of 10 in the circle at 25 yards. We take those. Now, the result I'm actually kind of proud of is, let's see. This is it. This was with an AK at 10 yards with iron sights, no red dot, anything. And I'm very happy with this, especially given I just haven't shot in a while. Yeah, man, it's been a minute since I shot anything in 7.62. By 39, I should say, not 7.2. It's 2 NATO. Checker-fire pistol triggers aren't really for sharpshooting. That's true. I have very old-fashioned taste. I'm always gonna prefer, a hammer-fire gun. One of the 2 guns I actually own is a Smith & Wesson Model 39-2. I fucking love that gun. I feel like it's the platonic ideal of like old school metal frame, hammer-fired semi-auto pistols. Fair enough. Yeah, hey, 25 yards, I will take that. Because that's still, like, anything you would be shooting at that range, it's gonna hit. Hi. So, we take those. Hey, Manuel of Arms, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah. But this, I was not expecting to do this well on iron sights, especially because as I was doing it, I could not see where my shots were landing because, it was all in the black. So I thought, oh, am I missing every single fucking one of these? Am I about to be extremely embarrassed? And then the target came back and I realized, oh, no, never mind. I got them all in the fucking 10 range. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. For 10 yards with iron sights after not having shot an AK in a while, that's pretty good. Or I should say not having shot in a while in general. I also have not shot an AK in a while, which I forgot how much 7.62x39 kicks, especially on just like a wood furniture, wood stock, nothing to really like absorb it. That shit was loud. We were at an indoor range, and obviously it was like shared. And the guy in the booth next to us was like, "Holy shit, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just an AK." And he was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." I forgot because I'm used to like most of the stuff I shot recently was 5.56. Extra points. Tongue has a sock pride for use of practice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shooting a rifle accurately is always going to be easier than, assuming you're using like proper technique, than a pistol, because you have that third point of contact in the shoulder, and it's just much easier to stabilize. Because obviously, when you're holding a rifle, you can just You have your 2 hands on the rifle, and you pull it back into your shoulder to keep it steady. With a pistol, you have nothing to brace against in that way. So you kind of have to just rely on, you know, the muscles in your arms to not, you know, wave too much. Yeah. When I particularly felt this at 25 yards trying to shoot, where I literally did the fucking, like, you know, sniper elite hold your breath kind of thing whenever I was about to fire, because my hands would just wave too much to stay consistently on target at that distance. Because, you know, there's kind of not that much you can do with a pistol. Whereas with a rifle, it's easy. I wish I had tried the AK at... I kind of wish I had tried the AK at 25 yards with those iron sights, because I'm curious how I would have done, but we only got like 20 rounds of ammo.
Sammy, hello, yippoo, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him about like your visit and stuff, and I was just talking about like my performance at the range. Yeah. It was towards the end of our like reserve range time, and we only got 20 rounds. So, and I didn't want to like the whole dealing with replacing stuff and moving has kind of burned a bit of a hole in my pocket. It's like it's stuff that insurance will like reimburse me on for the most part. And I'm not like, you know, it's not like I'm in any kind of financially precarious position, but it's also, you know, I'm not too inclined to spend any money right now. You know what I mean? Like, I have a psychological thing where the money in my, like, checking account, I like to keep it above a certain level. You know, no matter, just, it's not that I need to do that, but that's just like, I like to do that for the sense of, I know if I'm keeping it around this amount, I'm not just like hemorrhaging it, you know? You know, I'm not just wasting it somewhere. As long as it's relatively even, then I know that I'm being at least relatively financially responsible, right? So seeing it dip well below that these last few weeks has kind of sucked, and I've just kind of chosen to not look at it, so I don't have to think about it. But hopefully, whenever insurance gets around to reimbursing me for all the stuff I had to like buy and replace in the process of dealing with the smoke in my apartment, that'll go back up a bit. And if not, well, I'll probably open commissions, because I would like to do commissions for. I never really done art commissions that much or that often, because I feel very inconsistent with my art. If not in terms of like output, then in terms of if not in terms of like the quality of the output, then in terms of like consistency and actually working on it and being able to do it at my full potential. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I would like to do is this style of 3D background, like I've got behind me right now, because that I can do, if not like easily, then consistently, right? The only thing would be that this kind of thing takes a lot of time, and so I'm very happy with the results. I think it looks phenomenal, frankly, if I do say so myself. But this was also like 30 hours of just like at least 30 hours, probably even more than that. But this was just me hyper focusing for 3 days straight, and just working on it all day, and to the point of like forgetting to eat, which I'm good on that now, don't worry. But like that, I was fucking locked in, like Guantanamo locked in. I shouldn't say that. Alcatraz locked in. I was looking for Alcatraz, all I could think of was Guantanamo. Never mind. Point being, it's a lot of work, and so the price for something like this background would also have to be pretty steep. It would have to be like on the order of like somewhere between 800 to $1,000, depending on complexity. But you know.
Oh. Pepsi.
Yeah, I would like to do that as a commission because I think that would be I like doing these, and I think it would be interesting to get better at doing these, and B, I would only have to do like one commission to get like kind of back to where I want to be. So I don't know. We'll see how that shakes out. But that's kind of been on my radar. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I had a great time hanging out with Temmie. I am choosing to ignore my bank account, but it'll be fine in the long run. This kind of sucks in the meantime. Yeah. Well, okay. It's part of it is the stuff from dealing with replacing stuff from the smoke in the apartment. But also part of it is that a couple weekends ago was the local big anime convention that I go to every year. Or, well, most every year. I didn't go during the pandemic for obvious reasons. But, and I spent a decent amount during that. So some of that is, like, at least a couple $100 is... A couple hundred? Is that maybe... Like 100 to 150 at least. But point being, I will be not spending too much money on frivolous things for the foreseeable future. At least until I get some, do some commissions or whatever. But yeah, this next week, I think I'm just gonna focus on...
Hi.
Hi, Temmie.
Hi.
Hi, Temmie.
Hi.
Hi, Temmie. I always wait because I know it's gonna be 3 in a row. Predictable. Snackosnium, thank you. I have restocked on the Kirkland Signature Peanut Butter Pretzel Bites. They're the best. Yum. What was I saying? Yeah. This next week, I'm just gonna focus on getting back into my normal routine. And so I'm just gonna focus on, like, doing job applications, exercising, working my way bit through cleaning and organizing some of the stuff that I still need to be dealt with in my apartment. Just chipping away at it. Probably doing some writing and then maybe doing like some social stuff if I still have the bandwidth for it. We'll see how it shakes out exactly, but I'm not doing anything like super huge, just trying to get back to some semblance of a routine and just getting back to normal. Because it's just been a real shake-up, sideswipe kind of past month. But yeah.
Hey, Girl Sky, how's it going? Welcome.
French ad. Oh, that's the Temmie influence. They've been returned to Quebecois.
Hi.
I know that's not right. Whatever.
Hi, Vengeful. How's it going?
Nice. Something important. What? You said you took something from my apartment? What the fuck you? Oh, you're trolling me. I see. All right. Well, anyway. I survived there. Yeah. I was spared. Temmie didn't speak very much French when they visited, fortunately. But I did hear some. French is stupid and bullshit, and I hate it. Yes. Temmie did help me put together an IKEA display shelf for my fucking anime figures, because the ones that I have were just like little tiny plastic doohickeys that sucked, and they were completely exposed, and dusting around them was a nightmare. So now this is like a proper cabinet that, like, you know, closes up, and it's got like a little LED light in the top of it, which looks kind of neat. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. I still need to like fill it with stuff, but you know, I like it. I'm happy. I'm happy with how it turned out, and I thank Temmie for the help, because my knee was fucking with me bad that day, and it would have been a pain in the ass to do all by myself. Temmie was just like, Temmie was haranguing me to let him help me deal with shit, which really appreciated, but also very funny. Like, angry Quebecois storms into your home and helps you assemble furniture. But the one thing about this fucking it's the Blaley Den like shelving, which it looks great. I like it. I like the result of it. But the problem with it is that, so on the door there's 3 spaces where you're meant to screw in some magnets so that when you close it, it magnetizes to the frame, so it stays shut, right? There's a problem. The holes for the screws you're meant to use to screw the magnets in are way too tiny. Apparently, if you have the exact right kind of screwdriver, it's something called a PZ1, not just like a typical Phillips head. If you have that, supposedly it's easier, and like it will actually go in. But for just a regular Phillips head, no, it was not fucking happening. So, oh, Pecan, hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good.
Oh my god, hang on, sorry. One sec.
I'm like, is my mic fucked up?
No,
Or is your shit just loud? Because I
had Discord set. Discord was outputting from my speakers instead of my headphones.
Ah, okay.
That's what was happening. So I just got, I was expecting hello.
Surround
And
sound
instead I got hello blasted
Hello!
it's blasted into my fucking microphone. But hi, how are you?
I'm alive. I'm here.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah. I'm decent though. Just chilling. I got a concert later tonight, but that's not for a few more hours.
What's the concert? For whom?
It's for a band called Pig Destroyer.
Wow.
And also there's this guy called Author and Punisher that's opening up for them. And then some local bands.
So Author and Punisher and Pig Destroyer.
Yes.
I see.
I
don't know why I asked the question like I expected to recognize anyone you would have been seeing. Because I don't fucking know music.
I'm gonna see Pup later at Streetlight Manifesto in a couple months. Next month.
I don't know what that is.
The Aquabats?
No.
No. Girl, come on.
Listen, my YouTube music is almost entirely J-pop,
video
game soundtracks, and then like fucking Tyler the Creator, Kendrick Lamar, and then like Doechii is like.
That's fair. I mean, Doechii bangs.
She does bang, is the thing about it.
Yeah.
But I mean to say my musical knowledge and exposure is fairly limited.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Or at least specialized would be the kind way to put it.
All right, real quick, I'm sending you one of the guys just because that's this shit whips. It's basically like a one-man industrial metal band, and he just has like he uses. I think he has like a guitarist, or he has a guitarist. But then all of his like most of the instrumentals are just rocking off of synthesizers that he's locked into a contraption is the easiest way to put it.
I see. Like on stage?
On stage. Well, he's not locked in, but
Okay.
all of his like essentially like his synth controllers are just these large pieces of machinery that he uses to basically control the way his sound flows, and it's like, ooh.
Like old, like 70s IBM room filling computer type shit.
No, this is like. Hold on, let me get to a part in the video. I'm gonna send you just a picture.
Yeah, because I can't watch the video right now.
Yeah, that's. But basically, bro's hooked up into a contraption.
I see. Hang on, let's see. Is that shit looks belt fed?
It's no, like one of them. That's the kick drum that he basically just the one on his like, or I guess on his right hand. That one, like he throws it back and forth, and it's like different like kick drums that go off as he just like slams it back and forth. It looks like it looks cool, which is why I'm kind of excited to see him.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah.
I've only gone to like 2 concerts. First was like some random band that was like local, which like I only went to the concert because I was in like some history of rock music kind of class, and like I needed to go to a concert for a paper. So I just went to some local place. But the other time, I went and saw fucking Anamanaguchi live.
Ooh.
At that same local place, and it was great. I bought a shirt that it says, it's a picture of the render of Mega Man from Smash 4, except his torso and arms are missing, so it's just the head on his legs, and it just says Anamaguchi. And then the other thing I got is an NES cartridge that like they made, and you put it in an NES, and it plays very low quality versions, but you know, like NES, like 8-bit sound fucking versions of some of their songs.
Yeah.
Pretty nifty.
It's fucking tight, honestly.
Yeah.
I've been to honestly too many concerts. It's been a while since I've been to a solid concert though, but
hopefully this breaks that streak.
Yeah. And then yeah, like I said, there's Yusha invited me to Hero Land for like 2 separate concerts like a week away.
What's Hero Land?
To where Yusha lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just off in the far off distant land of.
Yeah. Whereas we of
Yusha
course
Land.
are in Pennygrad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh fuck, what else?
I should like write a short story or something. Just write a little fucking one-off thing with like Pennygrad lore or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that whenever I do 3.0 design.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Because like there was like I remember like way back when I was like, I'm gonna make a little lore comic for Pecan. How did she get to be here? And then I was like, no, I'm lazy and tired. I don't want to do this. And I scrapped it. I got like 3 panels into like something that I wanted to be like. It was like I storyboarded it out to be like basically like I wanted it to be 8 pages so it could be like 2 Twitter posts, and I was like, I don't care, and then I just stopped working on it.
That's fair. Most of the time, you don't really fucking need lore, and frankly, I'd be surprised if anyone really like paid attention to most VTuber lore.
Yeah.
But frankly, I'd probably just be writing it for me, if anything.
Something along the lines of a creative writing exercise.
Yeah. I could always use more practice writing. I started writing something, which, I was like, oh, I wrote a 3,000 word short story the one time, and I liked that. But now let me do something a little bigger, and it has ballooned completely out of scope. How
out of scope did you fucking make this thing?
So, I was expecting it to be like maybe like 4 chapters, and it's looking like it's gonna be closer to like 8 to 10, maybe even like 10 to 12.
Jesus fucking Christ.
For what it's worth, I've written 6 of those chapters, and I'm really happy with them so far.
Oh. But just the fact that there's still more to go.
Yeah, I'd estimate I'm about like I'm about halfway. If you have any more interest in reading it, I could send it to you. It's fine. But
I mean, I'd be down to read it.
Sure, I'll shoot you my beta reader document.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll publish it on Penny's side, or make known that, hey, this is the thing I wrote, because it's probably going to be be connected to my non-VTuber stuff,
Yeah.
But in any case, there it is. Yeah, it is. I don't have a name for the story yet, but the title of this fucking Google Doc is just Mad Scientist Yowie, which I can't easily call it anything different. Because that's just what it is. But I've been having fun with it.
Hell yeah.
This and the thing I'm writing, and some of the other, one of the other short stories I've done, and that first one was like 3,000 words, but a lot of it has been okay. So when someone says like, "Oh, I wrote something based on my TTRPG experience,"
Yeah.
it's an eye roller, because a lot of the time it is just like, if they are doing just one-to-one transcription of this is what happened in our game, then it's going to be awful, because tabletop RPG campaigns are not,
there's so much bullshitting around in like every
there's so much
tabletop game I've been
bullshitting
in.
around. There's
It's
so
like,
much.
if you weren't-
it is not designed to be a self-contained, satisfying, engaging narrative.
Yeah. If you weren't there for the full ride, you're probably not gonna.
And frankly, even if you were, there's probably like a good portion of that you may have been bored or a little like just not really
Yeah.
tuned in. Because,
Maybe a couple days you acted out of character, and we just go past that and ignore it.
Yeah. So, hi, Abosian, morning. I say
Morning.
at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Or, sorry,
Morning.
not 10 p.m., 8 p.m. But, so, when I've done stuff that is just, like, inspired by, you know, me, I'm writing this character I've played in a TTRPG. The first short story I did, it is completely disconnected from anything that was going on in the actual plot of that campaign. It is just like pure backstory for this character, and it's any of the D&D specific elements were completely written out. A lot of stuff was genericized, and a lot of stuff was simplified because the details in a self-contained story were not important, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing I always try to do, where, like, I try to file the serial numbers off enough to where you could not tell, oh, this was from a TTRPG campaign. You know.
Yeah.
And just in general, trying to refine stuff and make it, you know, work it into something that works for a self-contained, written narrative without any funny voices or, you know, we're gonna have a fight combat, you know.
Yeah.
So, and this thing I'm writing is also based on TTRPG experience I had, but it's more just taking one particularly cool vignette during that, which was my character deciding to stay with this like mad scientist villain for a time to like learn from him.
Yeah.
And taking this was a cool moment and just it has rewriting it and reframing it so that it makes sense on its own, and oh my god, it has ballooned into completely its own thing.
I see. So he's scientist here, or yeah, wait.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
That is honestly completely understandable.
Yeah. To be clear, I did say to the GM who was the other character in this is one of the NPCs he was running, who I fucking love. But I was like, hey, do you care if I'm writing this and just basically using this character you made up in my story with my character? And he was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Go for it. But, you know, I felt obligated to ask because obviously, you know,
Yeah.
it's his ideas to an extent. There's a lot of stuff that is, like, remaining from just GM came up with, but I'd like to think that I have reworked it enough and added enough of my own ideas and inspiration into there to make it stand on its own and, like, that I can still proudly say this is the thing I wrote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to think I'm taking influence from it in the same way I would any other piece of media, as opposed to directly cribbing what my GM wrote, you know, for this. I say wrote, but you know what I mean. Came up with for this setting, story, whatever. Yeah. Let me see. How many words am I at so far in this? Do file details. Where does it let you see? Hang on, where does it? Oh, word count. There it is. 20,000 words. Over 6 chapters.
I think that's more words than I've written in the past, like, fucking, like, 10 years. My ass do not be writing.
Oh, actually, it's going to be actually 5 chapters. I decided to collapse the first and second into one because they're both pretty short.
But yeah, that's the gist of it.
I writing is the creative form where I feel most confident. Put it that way. Like I can do art. I can do this 3D background that I've done. There are other things I can do, but writing is where I feel most in my element.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit, but that's the shit
Yes.
kind of thing.
That is the shit that I know I can do well. I know I can do it pretty well. And just my mind fixates a lot about writing, and particularly in terms of just characterization, character voice, making satisfying arcs, just the broader techniques of plotting and planning, and I'm thinking about Code Geass again. God damn it.
God fucking damn it.
It's just so good, man.
Every week with this fucking bullshit.
It's so good, man. It's so fucking good. It's just such an excellent example of good characterization and writing. I could talk about Suzaku and Lelouch, not like pairing, not like shipping, but just like individually, like in terms of just like how well written and interesting their characters are. And I love how like they're distinctly flawed in ways that they never really grow out of, but are in ways that are also like compelling. Like you can there are issues that are baked into them fundamentally as people, and they don't just get over it. They adjust a bit, but they're still like those people at their core, even to the end of the series. Like, and even in their best moments, where they're being like the best people they can be, they are still in certain ways giving into those flaws. And it's so fucking good, man. It's so good. Ugh.
I'm sure it is.
I'm
I'll
throttling
watch it
you.
a bit. No, I'll watch it. I think I told you that like my roommate picked up the what was it? It was like the entire series on DVD. So like I'm gonna watch it soon. Just like, God, that means I gotta commit.
It's it's on the smaller side of a longer show. It's
I know,
50 episodes.
but like I've seen that's so many episodes.
It's two 24 episode seasons. Sorry, 25 episode seasons.
And I gotta watch the movies.
You don't really have to.
Then I'm not gonna watch the movies.
But
I want to see Lelouch fanfiction.
The movie, the stuff produced after is kind of just, it feels fanfiction-y. Like, I don't know. It's not that it's bad necessarily. It's just not.
That ain't it.
That ain't it. How'd I put this? Like, in the original series, I feel like I am really seeing these characters, who they are, their flaws, all of that, and I'm seeing them react to how their mistakes and their decisions are impacting the world and the people they care about. And then in the newer stuff, I feel like they're just going, hey, you like Code Geass, right? Let's do some more of that. Where it's like, it's not bad, but it just feels like kind of aimless, right? Where it's like, we're not exploring these same characters in the ways we used to. It's just, Lelouch is gonna fight a guy or whatever. Or, I'm not like gonna actually talk about what happens in the movies, but, it's just we're doing the kind of things that would happen in the original series again, but like now without really the same motivation or follow through, right? Like, anytime there would be some interesting conflict or interesting, like, demonstration of character flaws, it's kind of just brushed past so we can get to the mecha shit. Which is, like, that's kind of one of the things about Code Geass, is that it's not... I feel it's a show with mecha in it, but it's not like a mecha show.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the later stuff is way more of a mecha show. Like, in fact, it kind of de-emphasizes the Geass stuff, which is just an odd choice. Because that's like half... It's in the fucking title, dude. It's like, it's half of what makes the original show so interesting. Okay, maybe actually no, maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but it's a big part of what makes the show interesting is Geass in the ways it is applied. I've been talking for a fucking minute. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
It's fine. I'm drawing on the thing.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, no, it's like
It's funny.
I
For a
don't
second,
even
I
know-
couldn't tell if that was me or you because we both have the heart of Hoge.
oh. I'm sorry. I was like, I
No,
remember when I
You don't
like,
have to apologize. It's convergent evolution.
I know, but it is really funny.
It is very funny.
Because it was like, I was just on stream. I was like, I can't get this to Hoge to look right. What if I just do a heart? And it was like, oh my god. Oh shit, this is it.
Yeah, that's heart of Hoge. I can't draw characters without giving them some kind of like, if not a full Ahoge, then just like some flyaway hairs or something. Because like otherwise it just looks wrong. It just looks weird. It looks like there's just like not enough going on.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to give him Goku hair, so I'm just gonna make the top fucking flat, put a part in there, and then just throw a little Ahoge.
I don't know how people draw like, I don't know, Hime cuts and make them look good.
Yeah, I don't know how people draw fucking slick backed hair. Honestly,
yeah.
like that. I need bangs to hide like a fucked up forehead under there.
God. Yeah, I mean, part of that, slick back hair is, I think the key to that is just learning how to draw a good hairline, because that's one thing that does annoy me a lot.
Yeah.
Which I see is like whenever there's like, they most often forget. I'm gonna use the corner of this fucking picture of this dude doing whatever the fuck he's jerking off with his instruments, but like as an indicator. But like,
Okay.
you see this part of my hairline where it's like, it goes up from the sideburns and then goes out and then up.
That's what you're using as a mouse.
Yeah. What else do I have? I don't have anything right now.
You know what? That's fair. But yeah.
See this part. I see a lot of artists not draw this part.
Well, because like even when I was drawing it with the or on like the test stream, I was like drawing that shitty little penny, and I was just like, all right, time to draw the part I don't want to do. But yeah,
Yeah, I think as long as you can make the hairline look good, you can make it work.
yeah.
Oh wait, I do have a
That's just-
cursor. Why is it like that? Hold on, let me flip it. There you go. There's my cursor.
Hey, whoa!
Yeah.
Watch where you're pointing that thing. Gun safety.
God.
But yeah.
Character design.
Yeah.
I like character design a lot. I find character design very interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a better character designer than I am an artist, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of actually rendering the thing, I feel kind of limited in some ways. But I feel like I make good decisions when it comes to, or at least decisions I like when it comes to character design.
Yeah.
That's that I very much have my biases. Like, I very much have a preference for very simplified character designs, and I tend to prefer stuff that seems, I don't know if naturalistic is the right way to put it, but like stuff you could envision a person actually wearing, right?
Yeah.
Something you could imagine someone waking up in the morning and putting on.
That's
as opposed to like Genshin Impact shit.
Yeah, Genshin Impact, fucking gotcha
Yeah.
character design.
Katekoksa, thank you for the follow.
No, that's entirely fair. The what is it? One of my favorite character design, like I guess like ideas,
Mm-hmm.
or what makes like a design that I like, will always be would you have seen it at the mall in the early 2000s?
That's true. That is also a soft spot for me. I'm all about okay. Let's be real. I was born in '99.
Yeah.
I was a fucking
Yeah.
fetus. But
Yeah.
like I have if not a nostalgia, then a yearning for the early 2000s.
Oh yeah. Look,
Because like
do you know who the fuck I am?
yeah. I mean like
Yeah,
you
me too.
You have the fucking raccoon tail dye in your hair right now. Like
yeah.
I'm preaching to the choir, but I gotta preach.
Old Pecan had trip pants and soap shoes.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
soap shoes.
New Pecan actually also has soap shoes. I've decided.
Hang on, I gotta see what these. God.
What?
This.
What soap shoes look like?
Yeah, they're sick. They're kind of sick. Do they still make those?
Nope. They make a new company has started making kind of soap shoes. They're called like Epic Grind Shoes, which I think is really funny. And I
very
own
funny.
a pair. But basically, Pecan 1.0 was wearing well, I guess 2. I don't know. The second model that I made was wearing the pair of soap shoes that I own. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just keep the trend going. And I put next gen Pecan in the pair of Epic Grind shoes that I own. I'm like, it's the same shit.
Fantastic. That soap shoes are cool. I don't do like skating or anything, but I just think they're sick.
They're pretty sick. I am currently
I want to grind like Sonic Adventure 2, man.
Yeah, exactly. And like because I don't skate anymore pretty much. Because I am old and my knees are one bad fall away from just exploding. But
I feel you on that.
I mean, yeah, but that's well, yeah, pretty much.
It's for different reasons, but my knee will also explode.
Your knee will also explode. However, there are some skates that I'm thinking about buying. Because a company is doing a 25th anniversary Jet Set Radio collab. And they're very sick. They're also $300.
Oh my god. Those do look sick. Those do
they're so
also,
sick.
but they are also $300.
Yeah. I'm giving it 2 paychecks. If they're still up for pre-order, I'm gonna do it. Buy it.
No.
What? $300 for like a full set of skates is like pretty solid.
Fair. I guess I don't really have a good frame of reference to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
$300 is a lot of money to me.
It's a lot of money. Like my current aggressive inlines are dilapidated is a nice word to put it.
I don't know what I want to know what the mean word is.
fucking trashed to shit.
I see.
They what is it? The boots have laces. The holes that the laces go into are just plastic. And the plastic has gotten so gnarled up that if I feed another pair of laces through, it's just gonna rip it up.
I see.
Because that's what it did to the current pair. If you look at the top, there's a little buckle around the outer plastic. On one of my boots, it doesn't stay closed anymore. And then just from grinding, the bottom is like kind of starting to get too chunked.
Is that a specific term?
No, it's just I hit rails wrong too many times, and like it's starting to like chip away at the plastic.
I see.
Pretty much. So a new pair of skates would be nice. It would be nice. They're $300. It would be nice.
Boy.
But yeah, I don't know. All my hobbies are fucking expensive.
Yeah. Guns are my expensive hobby. Or,
Yeah.
well, actually, I mean, I'm guns and computer. I'm just lucky I'm not into cars.
Haha.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bless your heart.
It's okay. It's okay. I got suckered into buying my current car, and it has just been. I've been learning about cars. I'm not happy about it, but I've been learning about cars. Specifically, a 2003 Honda Civic Si.
God. Yeah. I drive a Volvo, and I like it because it's very
Right.
safe. And I know this because I'm driving basically the exact same car as I did when I got fucked in the accident. And well, I'm still here.
Very safe car.
Yeah, no, Volvos are fucking. I like them. I have some serious brand loyalty at this point. Yeah, suffice to say, I don't really know much about cars.
Yeah. It's just, what is it? Because it's still cheaper for me to like figure out the issues and then fix it myself than to take it into a shop.
Yeah.
So anytime
But is
that
it
fucking
cheaper
check
to do that than to get a car that doesn't have the
in
issues?
the short term, yes,
I see.
because I don't have money to put down for a new car.
That makes sense.
However, I do have the, say, $150 to rip the ignition out and put in a fucking, what was it? The latest thing I did was so my car wasn't starting. My car wasn't starting because the key would go in the keyhole and it would not turn. So the list of possibilities was the chip in, like, the key that I have wasn't reacting to the transponder. So it was either the key needs to be remade, which is a $300 fix, or the actual transponder needs to be replaced, which is a $500 fix, or I could rip the whole fucking thing out and put in a push button conversion kit for $150.
Wow.
So I ripped the entire ignition out of my car, and I put in a push button, and for $150, I've gotten my car working again.
Incredible.
However, a new issue popped up, and I don't know what it's related to. It might have been when I was fucking around with wires, and I bumped something or something. But so the engine temp and the fuel gauge no longer work. So I don't know how hot my engine is, and I don't know how empty my fuel tank is.
That sounds
Until the
that sounds
light
like a
still
big
works when
problem.
it's like empty though. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be a problem eventually. Like I know when I'm about to run out of gas, which is all I really need.
Okay, okay, well that's fair.
Because I don't go out of the city. So
Mm. That
like
that definitely sounds like some kind of electrical bumped it.
yeah, I just fuck.
I want Grebo. Look on.
It's like now that it's like slowly dipping up into the hundreds, I'm like, I don't want to work on my car anymore.
That's fair.
It's so high.
I working with physical electronics is like I feel like I am tampering with ancient runes.
Yeah.
It's just compared to programming, it's mystifying to me because I don't really understand circuitry.
Yeah.
I had to do like I felt like I had to get another degree when I decided to do custom lighting in my fight stick. And that was just purely to make sure to get power from the brick board and to run it through an on-off switch on the
Oh,
exterior.
did you just
of the
get
case.
did you just get the plug and play one, or did you
No.
get one of the old like otter ones?
So like all the buttons are plug and play. They're just like, they're going to harness. But for this lighting kit, I basically just got an RGB LED kit off of Amazon, and it's just powered with USB, right? So
Yeah.
and I just don't take this like I came up with this. This is just I was following a YouTube tutorial more or less.
I mean that's valid.
Um,
Those things are good.
Yeah, sometimes. But I basically took that, stripped the power cable, and so because it's just powered off USB 2.0, it's just there's no data cable, so it's just positive and negative. So I was able to, with a little bit of trial and error, and very cautiously, like making sure, not cutting it too short before I try stripping it to make sure I can do that without fucking up the wires. I stripped the wires, ran the power into an open 5-volt space on the brick board, and then, or maybe it was the ground I ran. It doesn't really matter, one or the other. And then I ran the other lead through a 2-pin rocker switch. That's just like an on-off switch. That I got a little grommet so it can sit in one of the 24mm button holes on the side of the stick. It's just like a little round rocker switch. And so I have a little remote I can use to control the colors. But mostly I just have it set to the one color. And I made sure that, for this one, that actually remembers the colors when you unplug it and turn off power. And if it turns out, hey, I've plugged this into a PlayStation 5 and it doesn't like that I have too much power draw, so it's going to shoot me in the back of the head, I can flick the lights off if I have to. But if it works fine, I can just keep it on. And I think it looks pretty nice.
Hell yeah.
I've commissioned. You're gonna hate me, because I'm bringing it up again. I commissioned.
Right? Yeah. Who, Lelouch?
But yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I commissioned. A custom Lelouch illustration for the stick. Which the artist I got for it, like, bless his fucking heart, he's fantastic. He doesn't like advertise doing fight stick stuff or anything, as far as I'm aware. He hasn't done it before, but he's just a good artist. And I know this because let me see, I have bookmark folders, by which I mean I have folders on my PC which I download. I bookmark any art I find and then download it and save it into a folder organized by character, and then like further organized by artist. This artist who I commissioned, I have, let's see, 109 Lelouch drawings from him.
Oh my fucking god.
He's very good. He also draws yaoi, but that's besides the point.
That's neither here nor there.
That's neither here nor there. Like, listen. If you want someone to like be really good at what they do, they have to have some kind of perversion about it. If it's like yaoi or some kind of ship or some kind of fetish, they gotta be like locked in. They gotta have the passion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, Japanese artist, doesn't speak English, but like we've been communicating through Translate, and just super nice, super like, you know, I'm sorry I didn't get it in enough time, and I'm like, there's no deadline for this. You're all good, thank you. Like, asked me what my budget was. I gave him a range. He quoted me at the literal bottom of my range, and just super courteous and nice, and does great art, and it's all really good. Actually, hang on, I can send you the work in progress real quick. The rough sketch I got. Do I have it saved? Oh, no, I don't. It's not on this computer. I can grab it real quick.
Here it is.
Here it is. Yep. God, this art is so good. It's even just the rough draft, but it's still really good.
That's about. I got a piece of art like that recently, where it was like, I was sitting on a rough draft for like months, and I just kept looking at it, being like,
Yeah. You know what? I'm probably gonna show this on at some point.
God, that's so good.
I will show it on the stream here real quick. It's really good. It's really good.
That's really good.
I did send some revisions back and stuff. You know, there was some stuff I wanted different. But my God, they just draw him so fucking pretty is the thing about it.
Ugh. Yeah.
Anyway, fight sticks are cool.
Fight sticks are cool. I commissioned art
Sorry,
like a billion years ago, and then I just never. I lent the fight stick that the art was going to go on out, and then just never got it printed.
Oh, that's a shame.
Such is life.
Such is life.
Yeah, but yeah, what were you gonna say?
Oh, at the anime convention I went to.
Oh yeah.
I decided, or well, I didn't really decide to enter the Tekken bracket so much as I showed up to play Tekken casuals, and I needed to borrow a PS5 controller, and they were like, we can't really give you a controller. The tournament's about to start. And I was like, is it too late to sign up? And he was like, you could be the last one. And so I ended up unplanned signing up for this Tekken 8 tournament, which I wasn't even really aware was happening. I went 3-2. I got like 9th out of like, 20, 30 people, something like that. I did like way better than I thought I was for like not having played since the start of season 2.
That's pretty solid though. Good shit.
Yeah, I was genuinely shocked. I feel like at least part of it was just I don't know if there's a name for this phenomenon, but like when you're doing something you haven't done in a while, or you're just out of practice, or just generally not expecting to do well, you tend to do really fucking well because there's just there's no pressure or expectations. You take the mental equation out of it, and it's pure skill.
It's just like it's the muscle memory just leading you to victory.
Yeah. I also feel like it's kind of a longer term version of, you know how when you're learning something, if you go to sleep, it'll just like lock in everything you were like studying before. in a way
Yeah.
that's just not going to happen otherwise. I feel like it's kind of a longer term version of that too.
I feel like probably. I remember one of my favorite like fighting game memories I remember was like it was like a I mean it wasn't really like a tournament, but it was like a bracket at like a local like weekly for Street Fighter 4 and I was just like fuck it. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
And then someone gave me like one piece of advice and it just like I felt some shit unlock and I went 2-2 and I was like that's
Yeah.
probably the best I'm ever going to do in my life.
Yeah, I lost my first set because I was remembering how the fuck to play my character.
Yeah.
And then I just won 3 games in a row. And then I got knocked out by a fucking king player, so you know, that's such is life. But
such is the current state of Tekken 8.
that's true. Yeah. But no, I genuinely beat 3 players back to back. Like not just like, oh, 3 sets in a row. Like I finished playing one set and they were like, you good for another? You're like the next game we can do. And so I'm like, sure. And that happened like 3 times.
That's tight as hell though.
Yeah, no, it was I was really pleased. I love Tekken. I just wish it was
I believe that they'll make it better.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm too addicted to Tekken. Like I don't think there's any other fighting game that scratches the itch Tekken does for me. Like
Yeah.
I love the 3D fighting mechanics. I love the slower, more deliberate style compared to something like, you know, anime games. I like more of an emphasis on pokes and footsies and like movement. It's just so, it feels, the only word I can come up for with is just raw, you know? Like it feels, I don't want to say realistic, but it feels fucking busting out the $20 verisimilitudinous. Like it feels more akin to what a real fight is kind of like, where it's not, you know, all combos, or all, you know,
Yeah.
it's going more in that direction, but it's more like testing distances and like throwing out little things and like, I don't know, it just, something about it really scratches my brain in the right way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I told you about like, or I guess did I ever tell you about the or my first interaction with Tekken?
You might have. Tell me again.
Okay, it was what was that? I went to GameStop to buy Persona 5.
Oh.
And they were like, "We're sold out." I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna buy Tekken." And then I was like, "Oh no." So I bought Tekken 7. And I was like, this game's kind of good.
It's kind.
This game kind of got it.
I kind of like. I enjoy 7 more than 8, to be honest. I think that's true at this point. I went back and played a bit of 7 after season 2 dropped, and I was just like, man, this just feels so much nicer.
Yeah.
Like there are some quality of life things, like especially in the training mode, and like the visuals. Obviously, Tekken 8 looks gorgeous, but in terms of the actual raw gameplay, I just feel like I'm playing more Tekken in 7. You know, and from like old heads, they'll say like 7 is, you know, is like already degenerate. But like 7 is where I started. I don't know any better.
Yeah, I know nothing else.
Yeah. I would love to play like, I wish there was a scene for some of the older Tekken games the way there is for like 3S, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of them seem really interesting to me. I'd be really curious to play something like a Tekken 5 DR or Tekken 6.
Yeah. Because I remember back in the day, one of my homies tried to get me in on what was it? I guess Tag Tournament 2.
Mhm.
And I didn't own it, so I was like just playing it over like her house. And I was kicking her ass with the basics, so we switched games before I had a chance to learn how to play it.
God.
And I'm still kind of upset about that because that game has something, and I want to see what it is, but also like I don't really have a good way to play it, you know?
Yeah.
Like especially with like other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about I wish. Tekken 8, one of the other things I have, beyond just mechanics, this is more of a presentation thing, is seeing the comparison to the older games. I like how clean the older games are. Particularly in terms of like not that many particle effects, and also like, you know, they didn't even have like rage arts or whatever. But I like how somehow it feels more visceral when they don't have these fancy cinematics and movements and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I feel like it's like when they have these cinematics and stuff, it feels like, oh, this is scripted. This is like, you know, this is...
Yeah. All right. Hands off the stick. I'm gonna look at tweets real quick.
Yeah. Or like, even when they do like camera tilts for specific moves, it's like this is produced in a kind of way. Whereas like when it's just the same camera position, it feels more like raw or real. It feels like I'm watching someone took a video on their phone of two guys fighting, and this dude just hit him with the fucking rolling death cradle. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the grapples had their own cinematics for it still. I think.
That's a bad example. What's Paul's thing? The death fist.
The death fist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying
to. Bro, this dude just
for.
death fisted a guy 3 times and he's dead now.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the cleaner look. I like the more minimalist kind of look because I like that Tekken is going for more. I mean, obviously you've got like Devil Jin and shit, and you've got like, you know, dude who can throw energy beams in his Wrangler jeans, but I like the more minimalist, more faux realistic kind of vibe, and like the more like kind of down to earth martial arts, especially like with the 3D mechanics. I think that's really neat and really unique, and it's kind of disappointing. Like, why the fuck does Dragunov have like blizzard particle effects? He's just a guy.
He's literally just the most dude-ass dude ever.
He's just a fucking dude. He's just a dude who likes to put together their model kits.
Just some autistic man.
He's just some autistic man with a body count, but you don't sweat that. You know, that's him.
Like for fights, right?
Yeah.
Like for kills, right? Like for kills, right? Right?
Stupid.
It's stupid. Okay. Anyway.
But yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's to the point where it like makes the game visually hard to read necessarily, but I feel like it's just a bit much. I feel like a lot of it could stand to be toned down.
And it's like even because from
or just
what
like
I remember,
save it for characters who are actually doing supernatural shit. Like Claudio, that makes sense. When Brian or like Jack have like their fucking fancy techno shit, that's fair. They're like augmented or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like Asuka's just some Japanese chick. Why has she got like fire effects or whatever? I don't know. I don't think she has fire effects. You get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
And then obviously like Mishma's had their election, whatever. But like
minimize
it to
that's the same thing where it's like, because I remember specifically, so back at this was like way back when, but like in the arcade at the ice rink that I used to like just fucking play hockey at. I remember there are 3 cabs I remember them getting. I remember when they got Vampire Savior, because I was obsessed with that from a young age. I remember when they got Mortal Kombat 4, because I looked at it, I said, this is so realistic, and then I had nightmares about it. And I remember Tekken 3, and how the intro cinematic was so fucking cool. And it was... Of course I played... Yeah, of course I played hockey growing up.
I figured I'd do that.
How did you
Playing
do it?
hockey growing up is a foreign concept to me.
That's... I played sports kind of up through high school.
I mean, specifically hockey, because I grew up in Florida, man.
I mean, hey, they're in the fucking Stanley Cup Finals for the 2nd year in a row.
What?
Yeah, fuck the Panthers. We hate Florida hockey.
Okay,
By we, I mean me.
Okay. All right. So, damn, I didn't. Sorry.
Take 2.
No, it's
Hello.
good.
How's it going?
Hold on, one sec.
Hey.
No, it was so quiet when I popped into the stream.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty well. I'm white. I can't, like, why is everything quiet for a minute?
Oh, because Pecan stepped out to do stuff, and I guess you didn't hear me say hi.
Oh, yeah, Discord was loading. Hello, hi, how's it going, everybody? Take to action. Do you mean to bring satisfaction with the action? Looks and muscles. Yeah, so, Vtuber games, am I right?
Vtuber games, yeah. I've just been talking about a little bit of Tekken.
Hey, y'all hear about video games?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sorry.
you know,
that was
Yeah,
not how I
Tekken.
wanted that sound to sound.
It's okay.
Please delete that from your memory.
It got the movement across.
I was trying. Yeah. Anyway, hi.
hello. So speaking of video games, recently we did, of course, have like the Summer's Game Fest happen, and you know, some being person like me being able to like co-stream it. It had some good things, I will say.
I'll be real. I've not paid any attention to it.
I recommend like maybe taking a look at 1 or 2 of the games. Trust me.
Okay. I did. Someone in my Discord did post Big Walk. That looks really cute. That looks really like pleasant. I've just kind of been, I've been focused on Temmie being in my home, and B, I've been
I've been
playing
meaning
a
to
fuck
ask
ton of
about
Night
that.
Rain. Yeah,
I'll
go
pass
by
that.
all means.
How was it?
Good. It was a blast.
Did having Temmie in your home suck as much as everyone thought it would?
Yeah.
What
Did-
do you
like,
mean? Damn.
Did it suck?
No.
Okay.
What?
I just
Wait.
imagine that like Temmie would come over, get off the plane, just be like, "Hey, yo, Penny," and then just shit on the ground.
Yeah, just be an absolute gremlin. Like having
Yeah,
a
and then
cat
just
in the
like
house.
everyone's like, "Yo, you can't do that here," and he just points at you. It's just like, "Yo, she told me to do it."
I
don't know what
I
that
feel
is
like
from
there's
New
some
York,
Flanderization happening here, but
No idea what you're talking about.
anyway, no, we had a blast. We did like karaoke and we shot guns and we did an escape room. It was great.
That's nice to hear.
Hell yeah!
Hmm.
I just drove him to the airport today. They
Oh,
have
nice.
been officially deported.
Yes, my friend has been officially deported. That's the way to say that.
Congratulations on deporting your friend.
Hooray! Okay. No. What was I? Yeah. Night Rain.
Yeah, no, like Night Rain's been interesting from what I've been seeing. I have not played it yet.
I really like it.
It's nice to hear. I mean, if anything, I do plan to get. Well, okay, so I can't say exactly that, but I am planning on getting something a little bit bigger that might help me play games like that a little bit more.
But, what is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, long story short, your girl's PC is a little bit of what we like to call trash.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So it's either, save, have a harder challenge of saving enough money to buy PC parts, which is basically near impossible nowadays, this day and age, or get a PS5.
Yeah, no, both those options suck.
But one is looking a little bit more pleasing after the Marvel trailer.
Is the Marvel exclusive to PS5?
It's not exclusive to PS5, however, again, PC.
Hey, Temmie, can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
What do you mean public pooper?
Stop fighting the Aggie!
What does that mean?
Well, you were saying, like, Temmie takes a shit in public. It's just no, I know you are, but what am I? Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty self-evident if you think about it. Nerd. What the fuck am I doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm out of my fucking gourd, dog. It's been I've been so exhausted. What was I gonna? What are we? Fucking Night Rain. Actually, no, I'm seeing the visual novel dialogue options in my head. Do I want to talk about Night Rain? Yeah. So, Night Rain, I like it a lot. It's what I expected and it's what I wanted. I do have but it does have its fair helping of FromSoft jank. Which is, I just want to see it get patched and like more stuff get added, and like some of the quality of life stuff get ironed out. Like my favorite character is the Executor, also known as Mr. Sekiro. Katana guy does a deflect, Mr. Guy.
Makes sense.
He feels great. Well, I want to like him a lot, and I do like him a lot. But like, he's also just not very good. Cause like, the whole deal with him is he's kind of a soft tank, Cause like his whole thing is like, oh, I'll take the aggro, I'll fucking deflect all their shit. I take no damage. Everybody else can keep piling on DPS, and we're all great, But there's some jank with how the deflect mechanics work. It doesn't really work the same way as like the Sekiro deflects or like the deflecting hard tier in Elden Ring does. It's like you block and then there's like a brief period at the start of your block where you get the parry off. But like there are some moves I feel like that happen too quickly for you to like, I feel like they happen before the cooldown for initiating those parry frames sometimes is longer than the time between attacks. And like anything within those parry frame windows, if multiple attacks happen within that, then you will deflect all of them. But there are some where it's like, you try and put in multiple parries, and it just doesn't happen, and it feels weird. It's also the thing that like, you don't just get that on any weapon. The way it works is he has this cursed sword that's his special ability. And when you draw it, and it's like you switch to it as a weapon, and when specifically the blocks with it give you the deflecting, right? That has some of its own problems, where for one thing, it does actually count as switching to a different weapon, like in the game code, which causes some problems where the game will forget if you were two-handing a weapon. So when you put the cursed sword away, you'll just be holding both things in one hand, which is a pain in the ass because you have to re-two-hand it if you're re-two-handing something. But also, because you're putting your weapons away, you'll lose any weapon buffs you had. So, like, if you put a grease on, or if you had, like, you know, a weapon buff skill or spell, then you just lose that whenever you try to deflect, which feels bad. It feels like shit. It doesn't feel great. I wish that the deflecting was just a passive that the character got when you block weapon attacks, when you block with a weapon, instead of like being tied to this cursed sword that imposes these other like restrictions on it. It does feel cool though, the fact that like when you draw and put away the sword, you get parry frames on those. So like you can whip the sword out, instantly parry, and then like put it away to parry their next attack, and then like they get staggered, and then you fuck them up with your regular weapon. That's great. But the other thing is that like there's no real. You're supposed to be kind of a tank, but you don't really have any way to control your aggro in this game. The boss kind of just attacks whoever they feel like for the most part. The only real way to control aggro is there are some like relics that give you, you know, increase aggro while you're guarding, but that only really makes sense for the bird guy with the big shield. For you, who's like guarding for very specific like parry windows, doesn't really make sense. And then there are also like skills, like random drops you can get, which you're not guaranteed to get those, so you can't really build around them, but also it doesn't really matter because the only ones that drop are enemies will pay less attention to you, which is great if you're like playing Iron Eye or whatever. But if you're the actual tank, you know, you only benefit from those if your teammates are using them, which you can't really guarantee. There's also just like kind of a lack of variety in terms of content. There's like, for some reason, there's zero content from Shadow of the Erd Tree except for two enemies, the Golden Hippo and the Demi-Human Swordsman. Everything else, there's nothing from the DLC, which is weird. It's weird that it's only those two things. It'd be more... I'd have less questions if there was nothing. I hope they add the DLC content as like a free update and not as the actual DLC, because that would suck, because it's stuff they've already made. And it's like, and I've heard that it's already in the game files too.
So wait, so it's in the game files, just not in the game, or like?
Yeah, that's what I've heard anyway.
No. Oh,
Just...
hold on, wait. No, I just realized I left my phone in the bathroom. Roommate took my phone. Roommate is tweeting things. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear. Okay. Well, good luck with that. Sorry, I've been rambling. How are you, Take Two?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, like, I've been mostly just trying to keep up with all the new announcements and shit like that, and trying to, like, see what games, because some of them, luckily enough, have demos out for them, and most of them are like either sequels to popular indie games or, you know, big popular titles like Atomic Heart is apparently getting a sequel and an MMO.
Wait,
which
an MMO?
Yes, an MMO, which they titled it the Cube Atomic Heart Universe because it's taking place in the same universe, but it's in like this weird location of a cube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, sure, man.
And, like, I thought it was just going to be, like, you know, at least an extraction shooter, but no, it is an MMO, so I'm wondering how the fuck that's gonna work, especially with the trailer showing the cube acts weirdly because it moves on its own and shit like that.
So it's like, it's still an FPS,
Yes,
but it's an FPS MMO.
yes.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Oh, the fact that Atomic Heart is not only getting a sequel, but an MMO game titled The Cube, and yes, you heard me right, an FPS MMO.
Huh.
Like, I believe
I
that's
love Destiny 2.
okay. Okay, you know what? You're not wrong, but so
I didn't think about that. You're right. There is one of those already.
because I was gonna say, like, we have like FPS MMOs that already exist. There's like a good couple of them. My favorite is Guns the Duel, but nobody remembers that one.
That wasn't an FPS though. That was a third person.
Third-person action game shooter, I guess, but it was an MMO in some fashion.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Oh
again,
yeah, PlanetSide 2. I forgot about PlanetSide 2.
Is PlanetSide 2?
Wait, is PlanetSide 2? Wait, is it an
Is it
MMO?
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
it's
I
a-
classify, or maybe I'm just not knowing the mechanics of it, but it had like big servers. You know, you could play like 100 people in a match, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like an MMO.
I don't know. One sec. Hey, X-Rock, is are you still in here? Is PlanetSide 2 fucking MMO? No, because he'll play it sometimes, and I'll just be like, damn, maybe I'll get back into PlanetSide 2, and he'll be like, wait a bit.
God. I mean, I feel like if we're calling PlanetSide an MMO, I feel like we'd have to... I don't know. It's like, I feel like I do remember PlanetSide 2 having, like, larger ramifications for your battles, but, like, at that point, we're calling, like, fucking Helldivers an MMO. If that's our criteria.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Like, I wouldn't mind, but yeah, that would be a little weird.
No, it's not an MMO. It's not a format like doing match. No, it's an MMO. It's not a format like doing matches. It's active world, but you wander. You feel like over the entire map.
Huh.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to re-familiarize myself with how the game actually plays.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I'm trying to think. Are there any, I guess, FPS MMOs
There's probably like a few,
other than fucking Destiny? But yeah, no, that. Back to the point at hand. That sounds fucking weird. Why does Atomic Heart have a second game?
I don't fucking
Yeah.
know how it got it. Like, again, people did like Atomic Heart.
Can they keep their economy running purely off of the wallets of robot fuckers?
Actually, yes. I am,
They did for the first
say,
game. We'll see.
Yeah.
It remains to be seen if they can keep that up for the second.
I will just say the twins are back and they're gold plated this time, so have fun with that.
Oh,
Of
then,
course. Gotta cash in
speaking
on
of
that golden bikini trend.
Yeah,
Mhm.
speaking of gold plated though, I guess what was it? Oh yeah, Code Vein 2 was
Right.
I watched the trailer for that and I was like, huh, okay, I should finish one.
Yeah, I might get back into one soon enough, but I mean, hey, congratulations, Code Vein. You're not a dead franchise.
You're not
Could
a
be-
dead franchise.
Yahoo!
You could be Scarlet Nexus, am I right?
What's a
I-
Scarlet Nexus? I'm joking.
I was okay. To be honest, I was going to
I-
lead into another joke with just like another more interesting game.
I genuinely
okay.
don't know what Outer Nexus is.
It's Scarlet Nexus, and it's
Scarly.
basically
Sorry.
it's basically another Namco anime action hack and slasher. It's again, it was made around the same time as Code Vein, but yeah, as you can see, nobody remembers it.
I see.
I mean, it's been on my radar. I was like, yeah, I'll play this.
It's there.
It's there. No, I'll
It's
play
got
it.
some characters. It's got some cool gameplay. I've seen some friends do some insane shit with it.
Yeah. God, I At some point, I'm going to start streaming fucking 100 Line. Because God, I need to play that game.
That's a sick one.
There it is. There it is. They got her. They got her, chat.
They got me a decade ago in middle school when I first got into Danganronpa. At this point, I'm just contractually obligated to play 100 Line. But apparently it's actually good.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was saying it last week, but I've seen, like, nothing but good things about it.
Yeah. It's just crazy, because, like, Danganronpa is, I mean, look at my fucking model. But, like, I don't know if I'd say it's good, necessarily. It's got a lot where I just go, that was a choice.
Don't get me started with the entirety of Ultra Despair Girls. I'll be here all day.
Huh? We don't have to talk about Ultra Despair Girls.
So
exactly.
We won't. But Danganronpa 2 is probably the one I'd say is the closest to being that I can say it's really good without putting any asterisks on it. And even then, there's still like some stuff. But like, if this one is just straight up good, like damn, then if it's just Danganronpa but Fire Emblem and also good, then like fuck it, I have to play it. Also, there's just straight up gay stuff.
I think there's gay stuff.
I don't know if I'm losing at chess to a dog or not. I don't know if I'm getting queer baited or not. But
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Huh?
Happy Pride Month.
Happy
we're losing
Pride,
a chess
by the
to a
way.
dog.
I forgot. I keep forgetting it's Pride.
We're losing Othello to a dog.
We're losing Mahjong to a dog.
Not even a thinking man's game. We're losing fucking we're losing Hanafuda to a dog.
We're losing Go Fish to a dog.
We're losing Balatro to a dog.
Can't believe I lost.
We're losing Tic-Tac-Toe to a
God damn it. Yeah. Stop reading my mind, girl. Look, I know we have like thoughts of women, but like, look.
Hey, I have lots of men now too.
Right, you do.
I still very much love women, but also I feel like my brain is trying to make up for lost time, and oh my god, the thoughts about men, Jesus Christ.
God, I can't even say if I'm like in a similar vein, but like, look, thanks to Lilo and Stitch the movie not completely removing Gantu, it made me want to like look at the original, and yeah, I forgot that man was actually pretty good.
That's fair. I didn't realize are you bi?
It's like, I mean, again, I wouldn't mind, and no, like, it's like a complicated spectrum.
That's fair. I will not press you for an answer right now. I just did not realize you had any interest in men.
Yeah, like, this is, like, the thing, especially, my community fucking joked about it this one time and saying, yeah, I'm not beating the lesbian allegations.
God.
I've been very vocal about how much I love Iori Yagami, and I will continue to be vocal about how much I love Iori Yagami.
That's a good one. That's actually a good one.
I want to suffocate in his
what he
tit.
looks like? Yeah, no, this guy. Yeah. No, that...
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get down with this.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
I'm not really a KOF girl, but I get it.
Oh, okay, so...
No, that's Miss X. Or, oh god, what's her fucking name?
No, I know what you're talking. The fucking when it's just straight up him in
in a
KOF girls or whatever.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Sukeban outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a thought where it passes through your brain and then you have to like grab it like you're saving it from the trash chute and you're like, what the fuck was that?
What was it?
One time I had the thought, man, I wish I was a guy so I could cross-dress as a girl. As a trans woman. What the fuck was that?
Hey, champ, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. Genuinely insane thought.
Just God, I wish I was a boy so I could dress like a girl.
Like, I'm cooked.
That's why we love you, Penny.
I
Keep being you, please.
just,
Oh, it's so funny.
it's,
So did you know they're making a Muppet Punch-Out game?
what?
Oh my God.
I tried to work it in earlier, but this was the perfect time with the silence. There is a Muppet Punch-Out game in the works called Felt That Boxing, in which you play, and the entire game is visually stylized like a Muppet, like series.
I see.
Honestly, this might actually be the best Punch-Out like game that I've seen in a while, especially considering all the other ones I've been seeing has either A, use AI voice work, B, forget the mechanics of Punch-Out, or C, is a fucking made by the same developer but with no AI, and I'm just like, woo. Can I fucking catch a break, please? I want a good Punch-Out game, and finally it might happen.
God. This is gonna mean solidified your identity. I guess so. Yeah. I mean, it's just a very strange thought to have in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I like twinks. I like when twinks cross-dress. And something about that, like, I guess I wanted that for me for a second, and then I was like, hang on. I don't want to be. They're not taking me back.
I'm sorry, the way you said that, they're not taking you back.
They're not taking me back. They're never taking me back.
Keep taking me back.
God. It's like, funny. I'm very fortunate in that I've always kind of passed to an extent. Like, I remember pre-HRT posting some picture on Reddit or whatever, on some trans subreddit or whatever, and like people being like, "Oh, are you F to M?" and me having to be like, "No." Wow.
Yeah, there was a bit in I remember in middle school where what was it? The school bus that I rode to school in had to get a talking to by the vice principal because of how fucking bad they were.
Oh.
And I was just sitting in the back. I was listening to, I don't know, like Used or My Chemical Romance or some dumb shit. Not paying attention. And I remember the vice principal was just like, "Hey, girl in the back, pay attention." And I just wasn't paying attention. Just like, "In the beanie, you." And I just like look up, I'm like, "Me?" And he was just like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'm a guy." And then for some reason I thought about that for like 10 more years. Like, that was funny. That was so funny. Why am I thinking about this so much? Haha.
God. I remember in like, I don't remember, it was like fifth or sixth grade, I think. I had to wear a costume for some presentation. It was like, I had to dress as a historical figure, and I had to dress as Ben Franklin. And I remember really not liking that, and I didn't know why. Yeah. I also really didn't like it when I started like growing hair on my arms. Okay,
Yeah,
this may be just me weirdness, but I shave my arms. Real talk.
No, I actually did that recently.
Okay.
I think it might. So I don't grow a lot of hair on my. I mean, I do. It's just super thin, like arm hair, which is crazy because my hair is naturally like very as close to black as possible. Shout out to native parents, but I think it's because, again, in middle school, I would douse my arms in Axe and light them on fire. And I did that a lot.
Hang on, we're not glossing over that. What?
What? What, you never did that?
No!
No, the fuck I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about?
That was like a middle school thing. Like,
where?
No.
anyway,
What?
anyway, yeah.
No,
So I think
you're
that
not
might be why.
anywaying your way out of this. Explain.
What do you mean? The fucking something about Axe was just like extremely flammable if you like fucking sprayed too much of it on your arms. And then you just get a lighter and you light it up.
Okay,
And
I'm
you're
not
like,
questioning
"Ooh."
the chemical properties of
Yeah.
Axe. I'm asking why
Well, what are
the
you
fuck would you
questioning?
do that?
Because it was
Why were you-
funny.
Was it?
What?
I mean,
were
now
you
I don't
not
grow arm hair,
insane?
so was it?
My question. Okay, if anything, I want to. My question answered. How were you not in pain of any kind, nor
Oh, it
leaving any
kinda-
stuff?
I mean, it kind of hurt, but like it would just like it would light up and then it would go out. You just shake that shit off and it's fine. It's like those dudes who like fucking stick their fucking like pinky and like whatever like 100 vodka, light it on fire, and then light their cigarette with it, and then just like throw it out, or like shake it off. Like Steve's saying that, right?
Okay,
No.
yeah. I guess so. I've seen some of that. I mean, yeah. I guess if you're fast enough, then you
Yeah,
wouldn't
if
have
you're-
to with it.
And like literally, like it would go up in flames. It would be there for a second, and then it would go away. So my arms would get hot. My arms would get they would look very sunburnt, but like I wouldn't get actually like super hurt from it.
Okay.
Why are you hitting me, Juliet? Why are you hitting me?
I can think of a reason why they might be hitting you, but
I can't.
so
I can't.
There are
believe
videos of me smacking light tubes across my back. What the fuck? This is it? The lighting my arms on fire is where you guys draw the line? Okay.
I mean,
It's
it's not
not
like I
what you
wasn't
saw, though.
also questioning that. Let's not get it twisted.
Deathmatch wrestling. Don't worry about it.
Fucking. I can't believe you just said that and expected it to like not be questioned.
Well, yeah, because I assumed it was something that. No, like, see, because that's the normal thing. I think I've told the story about the fucking stapler nunchucks, like, probably on here or on Denny's.
I feel
But
like
that
I've
was
heard-
the weird shit.
No, it's all weird shit, man. Hi, Roger Buzzman. Thank you for the follow. What the fuck?
I went to a public school in the south side of town.
okay.
I mean,
It was-
that makes it make
it
more
was-
sense. It's still insane.
It was not, yeah, it was. It wasn't that insane. I never did that, but I can understand it. But yeah, exactly. See, it's understandable.
Maybe I just don't have the public school experience.
Pecan, you are the only reason I am aware of deathmatch wrestling. You can't just say that like people don't. It's I know it's a lot of my experiences growing up are very just like a minority of people will be like, oh yeah, and the rest will be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Have you been to
yeah,
therapy since then?
God.
Sounds like
Anyway, what the fuck was the point of your? Where were you going with this again?
I think that might be why I don't grow arm hair.
Right.
Okay,
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the arm hair thing, and before that, we were kind of doing stories of like, you know, first realizations or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, in my case, it was like more of a thing that I was told back in middle. So it's funny because it was a thing that I was told back in middle school by like a classmate or something that I didn't think about it until fucking now. Okay, so like the exact term that they use, in short, you know, I have like pretty good lips, IRL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they said I had good. God,
Is
They said I had good
it a
substance.
3-letter acronym?
I had good suction with my lips, to say the least.
Okay.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I can understand the concept. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't know if you want to hear the exact term.
I'm good. I don't know if Twitch would be happy with that.
I mean, Twitch is fun. Well, I mean, hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Call that shit DSL where I'm from.
That's what I was fucking tiptoeing around.
Yeah. It's also my preferred way to ship overseas, but unfortunately a lot of places in Japan don't ship DSL right now.
It's also really
Damn it.
funny, slow internet.
Yeah. Oh no, it's slow internet. It's DHL is the shipping. I'm so fucking stupid.
Oh, you're right. It is DHL. Damn, you would have gotten me if you didn't say
No. Whatever. I like being the Pagliacci of my own life.
it.
Yeah, but you know.
The Pagliacci. That sounds like an album cover.
Just what is it? That like sad clown like artwork of just like the dude and like the but it's just pecan.
God, the Pagliacci of my life.
Yeah, I'm the Pagliacci of my own life. Went into the doctor's office like, Doc, I'm depressed. It's just like, yeah, you should go watch this streamer, Pecan-san. She's dog shit. She's awful. Absolute horse shit.
But
Honestly, like, I feel like if you go and you watch her, you'll feel so much better about your life. And I go, but Doc, I am. And the doctor goes, yeah, I know who you are.
God fucking damn.
Good lord. Hi, Jackalope Studio. Welcome. It's going alright. This conversation is going some fucking places. But that seems to happen every Dead Mall.
Yeah. Welcome to Dead Mall. You'll enter and you'll never know how to get out.
Yeah.
It goes every fucking way.
Ugh.
Alright. What the hell was I?
Yeah.
Okay, we were talking about that.
Yeah. I'm very glad that I can just constantly derail every conversation that I'm ever in. It's a lot of power, and I'm very glad to be self-aware about it.
Look,
Yeah.
if you don't derail it once, I mean, are you really using the power?
That's true.
Yeah. For whatever reason, shaving my arms is like a lot easier than shaving my legs. I mean, part of it is I
Oh,
only really
really?
shave my forearms, but also just like on my legs, I tend to get like a lot of like, I don't know, razor bumps or just ingrown hairs or whatever. I think part of it is just because I have like, what's it called? Keratosis pilaris? That like benign skin thing where like it gets kind of bumpy.
Mm.
I think that's part of like why my legs act up, but like
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I think it is keratosis pilaris. It's mostly on like my upper arms you can see it, but it also kind of affects like shaving and stuff, I think. But yeah. One thing I was thinking about today
Oh?
is also Jack wants to know why you're a gremlin, Tay.
Yeah.
Which
Tay is
is-
always a
not?
gremlin.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that tracks.
Yeah.
Um,
Tay exists in a state of constant gremlinism.
What was I gonna? Yeah. I was thinking about VR today because now that I'm in a new place and I have less extraneous furniture, because there's a lot of stuff I just fucking got rid of because frankly I didn't need it, and I've tried to take the opportunity in terms of just having to abruptly move apartments and deal with a lot of stuff to just try and get rid of as much stuff as possible, you know?
Yeah.
But as a side effect of that, I have a lot more open floor space in like around my computer area. And so I'm like, maybe I should get into VR again. Maybe I should start doing like VR chat streams or something.
VR could be fun.
That'd be fun.
And I decided to kind of look into what options there are. But the annoying thing is that Facebook exists. And they decided to buy Oculus.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fucking Meta Quest bullshit.
Yeah.
Apparently, you don't have to use a Facebook account anymore, but you still have to use a Meta account.
They are
Uh,
not getting any more of my information.
No.
I
I don't even have a
refuse.
Facebook account. But
Yeah, I have a Facebook for the same reason that I have an Instagram, which is I don't use it. However, a lot of like local bands only do like concert notifications like on Facebook and Instagram.
mhm,
And I have to keep it in order to, I guess, keep a finger on the pulse.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I hate it. Because they're just like DM for address, and it's like, well, I need an account to do this. Fuck it. I'm using my Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like I do have an Instagram account just to see like random one-off stuff like that for like people who
Yeah.
only have an Instagram. But yeah. But kind of the conclusion I ended up coming to is the not the PS2 VR, that's not a thing. The PSVR 2 for the PlayStation 5. They have a PC adapter for it. And
Yep.
also modders have gotten to make stuff work better on PC with it. Like they've gotten I don't think it's like fully released yet, but they've gotten the PSVR 2 eye tracking working on PC. And there's some other stuff like haptics or like better tracking or whatever. But
Mhm.
it's really neat, especially because the PSVR 2 is compared to other options, it's pretty cheap. And like, okay, the Quest stuff is obviously like that's an all-in-one kind of device. It's like
Yeah.
standalone. You can run stuff purely off the headset, right? But
Yeah.
I don't need that because I'm, I have a full gaming computer. I'm fine just running stuff off my computer. I don't need that. I'd rather the money for that kind of hardware go into the actual the audio, the video, whatever, the displays, the ergonomics, what have you.
Yeah.
But you can get. I looked. You can get a PSVR 2 for like $200 off eBay, and even like new, you can get it for like $350, which
that's kind of affordable.
it's pretty affordable if you already have a gaming PC.
Yeah.
And like the adapter for it is like $50, so you add that on top of there. But no, even then you're still within the price range of the cheapest Oculus. Like I think the Oculus, their like budget model, the 3S. Let me see, how much is that? Oculus Quest 3S. Give it to me. Yeah. Okay. Oculus Quest 3S is like $269. So if you get the headset for $200 and the adapter for $60, but there's like third-party ones I think you can get which are like close to $40. You're about the same price as their super budget Quest. But you've got better hardware and you don't have to associate with Facebook or deal with the whole
That's a
Oculus
fucking big one
overhead
right there.
where they have their own like separate dashboard that you have to go through to run Steam VR. Now you do have to like run through the PlayStation app, but I don't think it's like as taxing as like all the Oculus stuff.
No, one of these days I'd love to get into VR because it's like, what is it? Fucking Sierra will like post just like cool models and shit that she finds on like VR chat and stuff. I'm like, ooh, that looks fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to run around with the friends, and then I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And also like, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my new room is unfortunately way too small for a proper VR setup, so that sucks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did used to have a VR headset. I had like one of the, I don't think the original, but like one of the older Oculus Rift models before they were bought by Facebook. I had like the Rift S or something like that. I thought VR was pretty neat, but it was also just kind of a pain in the ass to do because I had to like kind of had to rearrange a lot of my setup for it at the time. And then as time went on, after Facebook bought it and eventually you had to make a Facebook account to even use it, I was just like, fuck it. And so I just gave it to a friend for free.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it would be neat. I want to play more fucking hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the because what was it? I played. So it was like it kind of had like a Windows mixed media, mixed reality kind of fucking headset type thing that they let me borrow for a bit. And yeah, played some what was it, H3VR, whatever that oh fuck, what was it? Boneworks was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I thought there was weird climbing puzzles which made me nauseous.
God.
And then there was this game called Pistol Whip, which I spent a lot of time in.
Oh, that's the rhythm game, right?
Yeah, it's a rhythm game.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. Also, hi Kenny. How's it going?
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah. I would probably use the VR a lot for VR chat, because I think VR chat hangouts, I think people just like those, and I think it would be neat.
Every time I see someone do one, I'm like, they're always doing well, and that's like, it's got a good community aspect to it and everything.
Yeah, you can just hang out with people, and this is like, there's a certain, I don't know, there's a certain down to earth kind of vibe to it when you just got your fucking streamer in the 3D. If I did that though, I kind of want to get a model. I wouldn't get like a full model because that is way too fucking expensive. But I might get like a low poly thing, kind of like Koopa got.
Yeah, I know. Oh fuck. Nathan Kuro does like low poly models. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
I might have to reach out to him about that.
I'm not sure if. I think there was something about them not being VR compatible or VR chat compatible, but I'm not entirely sure what. I'd have to relook into it.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, but he does good shit.
I'll have to take a look maybe. I don't know. That'd be cute. Have you tried VR before? Yeah, I've done a fair bit of VR, just not like for a few years. But I never really had any issue with motion sickness or anything.
Oh. Yeah. No, like I said, the Boneworks was like the first time I got with like any sort of like motion sickness. And it's because like their climbing puzzles have you looking around and your feet are technically not on the ground. And if you just fall, you just fall. And it's like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, I never really had anything like that, to be honest. I never really had any motion sickness, even when doing like stuff like climbing or whatever in like H3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to check out Kuro's models. They're neat. Bro, why am I saying they're neat? I haven't seen them, but like that sounds neat.
Yeah, there's also.
I don't think I do the VR stuff anytime soon, but like, you know, if I'm thinking if I get some like Christmas or birthday Monday or whatever, maybe that would be my thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, RE4 VR. I also want to do that. That also seems sick.
Like remake VR or normal VR?
Either or. Oh wait, fuck. Are those Oculus exclusive?
I think the original was Oculus exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta remake the fucking Dead Mall in VR.
God. It would be funny to do this as a VR chat world.
Yeah.
It would, but it would. Jesus Christ, that would be so much work.
I mean, it's already in a 3D environment in Unity. I would just have to like close up. I would have to like add a back wall because like
Yeah.
everything is
Behind
biased
that, there's
towards the
nothing.
cameras. I don't know. I'd have to add like collision and stuff too,
Yeah.
but yeah, maybe. Definitely not a priority though.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about like what else I've been up to.
I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking about the karaoke that me and Temmie did. We went to this place. It was like. It was nice. It was a little, but like there was just nobody there. It was like the kind of thing where you have to call ahead of time, but like half the time they don't pick up the phone and they don't have like a website or anything.
Ooh.
And it's just like
yeah.
it's just very like very not internet connected and very like kind of awkward, but it was fun. But I'm just thinking about because as we were leaving, because it's also a bar, right? There are the individual karaoke rooms, and then there's like the bar area, which you can also do karaoke in, I guess. We didn't really do that.
Yeah.
But as we were leaving and like paying for the whatever, we're leaving. We're standing in the bar area, and there's this old dude in a Pink Floyd t-shirt singing country songs and singing country love songs alone and drinking.
Oh.
And I'm like, my God, I thought this kind of thing only happened in movies.
God, that's
It was.
yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Just hey man, it'll be okay.
It'll be okay. Oh, God. That was crazy.
God, yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah. And, like, he had a decent voice, too. It wasn't bad. But, like... Man. Didn't you have the private room just in the main bar area with no one else?
Yeah. I wish there was a place with, like, private rooms around here.
Yeah.
Because, like, I would do that alone.
Yeah, the place I found was the only place I could find, period, in, like, a 50-mile radius. Everywhere else was just, like, a bar that happened to have a karaoke night.
Yeah. And, like, there's technically... Because the round one near me... Well, I guess all round ones have, like, a karaoke room. But the one near me only does English. And I'm just like, well, I want to be a shitty weeaboo.
Yeah, that's kind of the funny thing. I'm definitely a shitty weeaboo. Temmie is not really. So, the karaoke system they had, I think it was specifically Chinese. Any, like, American artists were, like, listed as overseas artists. But, like, it was very funny because as long as I could get the keyboard to fucking work, I could find basically any Japanese song I wanted, whereas Temmie was desperately trying to find some English artist that we could do. They didn't have fucking Weezer. They didn't have like they would have an artist, but like they would only have very specific and like strange selection of songs. It was very funny.
That's kind of funny, not even gonna lie. The what the fuck? Oh, you're chewing on my tablet. There's a cat chewing on my tablet pen.
Oh.
Um,
I did not sing Bakamitai.
Akamitai, yeah.
No, I didn't check if they had it. The songs that were easiest to find were the ones where there was some English in the title, because the titles would be in Japanese and there's no good way to type that onto the keyboard.
Oh.
But I did like, what are the songs that I just did by myself? There were like, Temmie did some songs too. It was more like American ones. But I did, Plastic Love was one. I think I did the Code Geass opening.
Of course.
Um,
I'm sorry. I gotta stop getting words in like that.
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I'm sorry. Honestly.
Plastic Love, Code Geass opening. I did the Chainsaw Man opening. Fucking We Love Kenshi Yonezu.
Yeah.
I did Overdose by Notori, and then I did fucking Duvet by Boa.
That's a pretty solid list, honestly.
Yeah, and then like there were a few. Temmie was kind of shy, I think, about it, but like there were some we did together. Like we did fucking Life on Mars by David Bowie, and then what was the other one that we did? Right, we did. I put on I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco, and we did that together.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's one more I was forgetting, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Because I had I remember this was like beginning of last month. I had a friend come into town and like stay with another like in-town friend.
Mm.
So an internet friend was hanging with a local homie, and they were just like, "Yo, want to go out for karaoke?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." And that's when I found out that the round one only has English songs. I got a little bummed.
Shame.
But it was like, I did a lot of like, just kind of like shit like I did a bad impression of Tom DeLonge. I did a terrible Creed impression.
Uh-huh.
I hit all the high notes. But then like after a while, like I was like, all right, yeah, like people are actually trying. I'm gonna actually try. And there was one song by the Misfits that I feel like I can hit consistently. And I was hitting it. And I feel like I did a good job. And then just like on the last like line of the last verse, I just kind of like, I couldn't hold that note. It hit a note that I'd already hit before in the song, and like I just couldn't hold it anymore, and like my voice just cracked, and I was like, this is why I don't try it.
God.
This shit why I don't try.
I feel that. I hold myself to such a high standard when it comes to stuff like karaoke.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I want to sound really good, and if I don't, I'll fucking explode.
Yeah. It's like
Dysphoria is almost certainly part of that.
Yeah. That makes sense. I always feel like, because I was in orchestra, I was in jazz band, I like to think that I have a good ear for, I guess, tone and shit.
Yeah, like I also did singing in high school.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, but then as soon as I like get on the mic, I'm like, oh, I think I'm doing bad on all of this, but it sounds fine.
Yeah, no, I'm the exact same way.
Nice.
Anyways.
Anyways.
He also just did a lot of singing in the car, just driving back and
Yeah.
back and forth.
I mean, car's the perfect place for karaoke.
This is true. Hmm. The e-bitch is kicking in.
Oh shit.
I may succumb to it, yet never to return.
Oh no.
Aye.
The EP.
Yeah, I'm not much tired.
Keeps you sober too. No,
Hmm?
you don't mean in the car, do you?
Yeah, it keeps you sober in the car. What?
I'll kill you.
You know what? That's entirely valid.
Message
Yeah,
to
no,
all drunk
it's-
drivers. Die.
Die.
Explode. Backflip on a landmine. Hi, John Z813. Welcome. Thank you for the follow.
Yahoo!
I do karaoke for shit because I'm tired of being perceived singing, but I will sing my walk and work as I'm driving. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I do a lot of singing, just in general, in existing and walking around or just listening to whatever. I like singing. It's a stim.
It's fun. One of I should have kept up on this, and I probably will now that I'm like actively driving like to work every day again, as opposed to like taking the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my friends was just like, yeah, like, you know, it's kind of good voice training. Just like find something and just try singing in a voice that you want. I was just
That's
like,
true.
oh shit, oh fuck, oh my god, you're genius.
I mean, like, my voice teacher, like, I went to a singing voice teacher to like help me with voice training, and it helped a lot. Like he was great.
Yeah.
Like, there's also like a lot of things he points out that like I still mention when people ask me for tips, like, you know, lift your soft palate, try to reduce vocal fry to the extent that you can, you know. And also just in terms of practice, just find like video game voice clips even, or just whatever, and try and mimic that intonation, that like pattern of speaking. Because there is more than just like the tone or pitch of your voice, because there is like some social gendered expectations of how like your speech patterns and like how you're gonna like emphasize stuff or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be like full fucking Valley Girl or whatever, but you know, it's something to keep in mind. Because like I think in terms of like societal perception, like guys tend to be more monotone compared to girls. I couldn't really tell you though.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I've been trying to do shit with like inflection, at least like kinda.
Nice.
But especially at work, like I'll try and do it for, because they got me on a mic for like fucking sometimes like 5, like 6 hours a day.
Oh Jesus.
And just like talking that much, like I just go back down to just kind of like my voice starts getting a little rougher, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Type shit. I mean, not necessarily like that. Like, I can't really do the kind of like vocal cry that like I get when my voice gets like worn out without actually wearing out my voice. You know?
Yeah.
But I definitely sound like I used to almost smoke a pack a day for a bit.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is even like when you're kind of tired and stuff like that, like there is some amount of habit forming or just like positioning of your voice you can still do that doesn't require so much energy. Like if I'm talking like this, then like I'm like very trying to be active and like I'm thinking about how I'm talking, but like if I'm like kind of down here, you know, like then I'm not really thinking about it as much, but like, and I'm just not, I'm not putting as much energy into it, but I think the effect is still like distinct and like,
Yeah.
yeah. Point being, there are ways to do it that are you're able to maintain. The biggest thing is just changing your defaults, changing your habit, changing like where you tend to rest, and like that just comes with doing it, you know.
Yeah. I just fuck. I need to stop talking with my tablet pen in my mouth. But yeah, I just need
God.
to practice. I know I do, and I'm just like, oh, practice sucks. I don't
Well,
want to
do it in the
anything.
car. You're not doing anything else. I mean you're driving,
Yeah.
but like you're not.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Are you good at voice acting? I feel like I'd be curious to try it, but also like I feel like I'm kind of bad at the acting part of it. You know? Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have decent control over my voice. It's just like the actual acting part. The one thing I've gotten actually kind of good at is doing like a fucked up evil like insane laugh. Because
I'd do it. Prove it.
okay. Now I put myself on the spot.
You put yourself on the spot.
Okay, let me mute the music. Hang on. Let me fucking think. Wow, I'm
Yeah,
lightheaded.
good.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was good. You nailed it.
Good job.
Nice. Jesus, I'm genuinely lightheaded.
Good shit. Good on you.
Good work.
God. Genuinely, really lightheaded. You have to expend so much fucking air to do that. Ugh. I need to like lay back in my chair. God. Ugh.
Yeah, you gotta be a fucking maniac about that shit.
Yeah.
To be a
'Cause, like,
maniac
if you want to
about that
do like
shit.
the full fucking wheeze, you gotta like push out like all of the air. Just
Right.
God. You just kind of gotta choke yourself and force through as much air as possible in a certain way. I don't. Maybe that's not the best way to describe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other funny thing is because for a time I was practicing that. It was for TTRPG shit, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of leaked into my regular laugh a little bit. Not much, but sometimes.
Yeah, one of my roommates mentioned that he started to notice when, or like my moods depending on like what kind of laugh I'm doing. And he said that there was one laugh that I only do when I'm talking to strangers I'm uncomfortable around and my mother, and I'm like, what's that sound like? And he's like, I can't do it. and I know that I laugh different in different like social situations. Like there's the or just, you know, flat out like losing my fucking mind type shit.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
And then I'm just like, sometimes there's a coworker that talks to me that I don't like, and whenever I laugh at him, I'm just like, and that's one that I am aware of, and the rest I'm just like, I don't know, I just laugh.
Yeah.
I just laugh along with the best of them.
Chuckle in the rest of them.
Yeah, chuckle with the.
Someone clip that fucking laugh. I need to watch it later. See how it was.
Yeah. Get a shortwave radio. Talk to truckers is good practice.
That
Why would I
sounds like a
talk to
nightmare.
truckers? There's, hey there, good buddy. How's the roads looking? And then just get called to slur over the radio.
Yeah. I feel like the experience would be very similar to like circa 2006 Xbox Live voice
Yeah,
chat.
just like, hi guys, who wants to play Call
Hey
of Duty
guys,
Modern
what's
Warfare
up?
2? Oh, there's a girl in here, and then just
Yeah, just slur city.
yeah, just damn, there's a girl in here. Let me fucking drop a hard R.
There's a girl in here. Let me make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, let me try my best to make sure that never happens again.
God. I'm yawning.
Uh-oh.
I'm in yawner mode. Yawn be upon ye.
Whoa, a yawn be upon you. That didn't feel like I was speaking English.
Fuck, I keep forgetting that I go meow when I yawn sometimes. It's not conscious. It's not.
It's the cat. It's the cat mouth.
You're so right. You're so right.
Penelope Parabellum cat mouth ass fucking yawn.
The fuck okay. Have you played Final Fantasy 14? You've played Final Fantasy 14, right?
Yes.
So, you know how sometimes in cutscenes characters will do like that funny little head tilt when they're like confused by something?
Yes.
I've
done that in real life before. I'm not
I
happy
can't
about it.
stop doing it. I keep doing it in real life. It keeps happening. I started doing it as like a bit. I was like, oh, this will be funny. If I like meet my FF14 friends in real life, I can just hit them with that. But it's just become part of my actual like physical vocabulary, for lack of a better word. And now it's just like I just do it unconsciously in the exact same fucking situations that a character would do that animation in the game. I'm cooked.
You're so fucking cooked.
Damn, so cooked.
Shadowbringers is so good though, is the thing about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's I'm really enjoying it. God, I fucking love Dark Knight.
That's fair. I went back to because what is it? So my experience with Final Fantasy 14 has been I was playing a monk like primarily for most of the campaign. But back in the day, you couldn't DC travel, and the friends that I was playing with stopped playing. But then, like, a new group of friends were like, yo, we're booting it up on a different data center. And I was like, fuck, okay. Well, I don't want to spend time in all these fucking dungeon queues alone, so I'm just going to learn how to fucking White Mage.
God.
And I just played White Mage for, I guess, 3 expansions at this point.
Holy shit.
And I've gone back to, but that was it, because I've spent the entirety of like those 3 campaigns just trying to catch up to or those 3 campaigns worth of time just trying to catch up to my friends. So it was primarily like MSQ, only white mage, no time for anything else. And I finally, because I got to Dawn Trail and I was like, I'm gonna try other shit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do all these fucking raids that I never did. I'm gonna do all this extra content that I just completely ignored because I was trying to catch up to my friends.
Yeah.
And I'm having a blast. So I went back to try Monk. They've changed it so much that I'm not having fun anymore. I don't like it. It scares me.
Yeah, I leveled Monk up to like 50, and then I was just like, I don't think I enjoy this.
Yeah, oh my god, it used to be so fun.
I
and
mean,
like the story was
I
so
just don't
like,
think I think I just kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like DPSing that much. I just like tanking a lot.
that's entirely valid.
I
Tank
like
is the
the
one thing that I refuse to do.
I like the simpler damage rotation in return for like I'm managing like the state of the battle.
Yeah.
Not in the same way a healer is, obviously, but like I have to engage with the content. I'm sorry. You can't just fucking sorry, I can't ignore the Dragon Bolt comment. You can't what do you want from me, dog? What does that mean?
Sometimes you can just ignore DB. He spouts a lot of shit that means nothing.
I'm mostly pissed off because he's right.
Well then, okay, never mind.
But like, what the fuck?
Tanks are bottoms, healers are... No, because a heal sled is a very real thing.
Yeah, but like, do any of those people actually play the games?
I mean, I do.
You asked the question, they answered it.
So anyway.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not like that.
All right.
I'm not like that. I do enjoy something about the stress of I guess making sure that like everyone is alive is kind of good. If that makes any sense. Like
sure.
It's a good stress of just like I have to manage so many different fucking things. This tank won't stop pulling, and oh god, they don't have tank stance on, and I gotta make sure the DPS are alive, and I gotta make sure the tank's alive. And then we get through a pull, and I just sit back and I go, ah. And I lay on the floor for a little bit and yell about how my tank is a fucking idiot.
God. When I was leveling Monk, I got in a queue with a random tank at like, I think it was a Katana. No, that's a different one. The fucking Temple of Karn. That's it. Automod, hang on. I got you. There we go. I've allowed the term heal sluts. You have free reign. What was I saying? Yeah, I was in Temple of Karn, which I think is like level 40 something.
It's 40 something, yeah.
Yeah. So like to be clear, like a decent way into the leveling process, right? I get queued up with this tank, and he doesn't have his stance on, and we're all like, "Hey, you don't have your stance on," and then he's like not doing anything about it, so we're all just standing there in the Temple of Karn, and like we keep going a bit, and we're eating shit because the tank doesn't have the stance on. And then we eventually just all stop, like, hey, you need to turn on your fucking stance, dude. And he's like, I don't have it yet. And we're like, what? They're like, I'm pretty sure you don't get it until like level 50, right? And we're like,
you've been playing like this the entire time? Who lied to you?
You have grit. It came free with your fucking soul stone.
Legitimately fucking insane.
It took like 20 minutes, but we did eventually teach him how to turn on grit, how to turn on tank stance. But holy shit, insane.
Actually fucking insane bullshit. Oh my god, I could. But yeah, no, I remember. So the thing that I used to like about I guess
Monk.
yeah, the thing that I used to like about Monk was its rotation involved positionals,
Mm.
which don't exist anymore. I think Monk now has 2 positionals in their rotation, whereas
Yes.
before every move was a different position.
Oh.
It was great. It was the same kind of like overthinking that I really like with specifically White Mage, but with healing, where it's just like, all right, I got to keep moving, and I don't have to pay attention to any AOE or raid wipes because I'm just gonna keep punching. I'm just gonna keep punching. I would just keep punching, and I'd eat damage, and then I'd be like,
keep punching.
yeah, just keep punching.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like. I don't know. A lot of the time when because I leveled up to 50 playing Ninja, and it was kind of fun and all, but I don't know. A lot of the time I felt like I was kind of playing a single player game, or like I felt like I was playing my rotation and not like the game, because like I didn't really feel like I had to pay that much attention to what my allies were doing or what the bosses were doing. Just like if I was stepping in Kool-Aid, I'd move, but then like otherwise I didn't really give a shit. Whereas with tank, you have to like the complexity is not coming from the buttons you're pushing, it's coming from the situation you're in, and I find that a lot more engaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My main issue with tanking is that I have terrible sense of direction and would often get lost in dungeons.
God.
And that actually just straight killed it for me. I'm just like, I can't. I'm so sorry. And like the party I was with at the time were like, no, you're doing good. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I've walked in this room 3 times. I know I have.
But then you've never experienced the true joy of that one fucking pull in it's not Tom Tower Dave Croft. What is it? The one with the crystals.
No, that's Deep Croft, isn't it?
Is it? Hang on. No, it's Zemail Darkhold. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. You're right, and I never fucking will.
It feels fucking amazing, dude. It feels incredible to just pull every motherfucker in the goddamn instance and just stand in the funny light and then just not care and AoE them all to death. It's phenomenal. I love big pulls. It feels amazing. Truly, there is nothing like it.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it because I will again never experience it.
God, bless your heart.
I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go back. I'll go back and I'll try. But
Yeah.
for now, I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing I've been playing Reaper recently. And I'm kind of getting the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun.
It's funny to me that they made a guy with a scythe fully like way before they actually added Reaper.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I love that guy with the scythe.
He's such an asshole.
He is such an asshole, but he's your best friend.
No, the fuck he isn't.
He says it himself. He's your best friend. Why would he lie? He's your best friend.
Hang on. Are we talking about the same guy?
Are you talking about the same guy?
Talking about the guy in Shadowbringers. The, like, general guy.
Yeah, it doesn't... Wait, which guy am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Xenos.
Am I thinking of Xenos?
You might be thinking of... I think you're thinking of Xenos, at least.
Oh, I'm thinking of Xenos. Fucking goddamn it.
I fucking love Xenos. Well, that's a different guy.
That's a different guy. I'm getting my dudes mixed up. My bad. I just really wanted to talk about Xenos. Can we talk about Xenos? I've been meaning to talk about... I've been wanting to talk about Xenos all day.
I like when villains like you.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
I like when they're like fucked up, but then they have like a tender soft spot for you. And it's like you get me. We're like, I like you. You're cool. You're my friend. Meanwhile, they're like doing evil shit, but they're like, they see you and they're like, oh hey, how's it going? Jesus,
Hi.
Hi, Sparky Fluffles. Hello, Red Power Blast. Welcome. God, I'm thinking about one particular cutscene and line of dialogue from Xenos. I can't talk about it because it's spoilers, and I don't want to just drop that on people. But holy shit. Good Lord. That man.
That fucking man.
I need him. Sorry. Anyway.
It's fine. We understand.
God. I'm bisexual. I'm also distinctly villain sexual.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus fuck.
Before gender, a fucked up person got me feeling a ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
You show me one fucked up individual, I'll show you someone that I got questionable affection for.
Yeah. Like, IRL? No. In fiction? Oh my god, yeah. But, here's the thing. Like, the one thing I don't really like, the kind of crazy I don't like, is, like, I don't like yandere. I don't really like those. Cause, like, I'm not huge about them being, like, exclusively obsessed with you. You know? I feel like it's more interesting when they're just evil and, like, focused on their own shit, and then you're just, like, the side piece. You know what I mean? Where it's like they're driven and motivated. They don't exist purely for you, but they happen to have a soft spot for you.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I feel you. It's like, I understand the appeal of the yandere. Unfortunately, that ain't quite for me.
Yeah. I mean, the appeal is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But
it's like, I mean, but also, like, that appeal is it's like, it's weird. Because, like, even in fiction, I'm like, yo, I want a girl who can just fucking kill me. But then, like, all the yanderes in fiction suck.
Yeah.
I'm just like, maybe I just don't like, maybe I don't really want a girl to kill me.
Yeah.
I just want a tsundere who is just absolutely fed. I want Juri Han there, okay? Like, I want Juri Han I would drag my cock and balls through 500 miles of broken glass just to
Whoa.
hear her fart through a walkie-talkie. It's simple, really. Don't get it twisted.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
What?
I get the sentiment, but the way you said it.
It's one of my favorite things to say. I'm gonna be real.
That's
'Cause it's
is
just
that, that's
so
a thing
it's-
you say often?
Yes.
What? How did this come about?
I don't know. I don't remember where I read it or what I read it from, but I remember seeing the phrase just fucking drag my dick through 500 miles of broken glass just to hear her fart through a walkie-talkie. And I lost it. Like, I was cry laughing when I read this the first time. I was like, this is going to be a part of my vernacular forever.
Yeah, I've had those.
Currently, it's don't get it twisted. I've been saying that too much, and I gotta stop.
Boy.
Oh yeah, I say beefed it squid a lot.
What?
Just all right, don't beef it squid.
Okay.
It was from that one Rocket Power video that Nelson would put on sometimes.
I see.
Yeah. Just,
Okay. Yes.
yeah, just all right, don't beef it
makes sense.
squid.
That makes sense. POV dudes with nut allergies and I throw a brick at them. That's what?
Yeah, dudes with nut allergies when I hit him with a brick.
What's that? What? Okay. Oh God.
Such is life.
Such is life.
Such is life. Ah, fuck. I've decided that I'm going to challenge myself with a drawing, and I was like, you know what, actually, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tower Shield, I'm so sorry. I suck at drawing dudes.
That's fair.
Bro, I'm trying my fucking damnedest, but like... I got this
Here's
shit.
the trick. You just have to boil the frog by drawing women that are more and more butch. And then eventually you'll be able to draw men by praxis.
Yeah, no, I dove directly into the deep end. I was like, oh, I've drawn
Yeah,
Nelson like twice. That was like, no.
Yeah, this looks like fucking Vincent from Tekken.
I know.
That's like that's the
I'm gonna
the
kill
defect.
myself. I'm good.
You good?
Huh? Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, he drew a cute little pecan, and I was like, I want to try. Yeah, pecan then proceeded to beef it real hard. I beefed it, squid. Well, an attempt was made, so I'll try again
I
next
fucked up
time.
my cool trick, Leslie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beefed up? Nah. Motherfucker beefed every direction. Maybe not. That sounds like it's got meanings.
Steakhouse degree of beefed up. Call Pecan fucking Outback Steakhouse the way he beefed it.
What's the gun for Penelope?
I am holding an RDBC, the California version of Caltech's RDB semi-auto rifles in 5.56. Purely because I thought it looked cozier than the regular version, which I actually own. And also it's got a suppressor on it, because whatever.
Got a suppressor on it because fuck you.
Suppressor on it, cause it's got a suppressor on it because it's cozier. You don't even need ear protection. Is 5.56 hearing safe? California version? Yes. California has a lot of gun laws, but they're also very funny because a lot of the time they largely target aesthetic or like ergonomic features. So, you can have basically the same gun, but if you don't give it a pistol grip, it's fine. You know, it's very, very silly. Because the people who are legislating against guns don't know anything about the things they're legislating against. And it's like, I don't want to like necessarily say that all gun control is like bad or stupid, because I don't, there's nuance to it. But a lot of the people who are pushing forward the legislation are not having that nuanced conversation because they don't actually know enough about what they're talking about to have that conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like,
yeah.
There are ways to do it, but like it should be based on things that make sense. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
5.56 is not hearing safe with a can. Okay, I was not aware of that. I don't own any suppressors because it's a huge pain in the ass. Then I'll say I have subsonic loaded in this or whatever. It's fine. It's a JPEG.
Yeah. Fire that shit off in a building and we're all gonna be feeling it.
Yeah. Oh. Take two has vanished. Alright, well I hope she has... Oh, god, he's getting to me. That's fair. Hope you have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tay!
Yeah, I could kind of tell you were getting quiet. I had a sense you were maybe getting tired. Yeah, that's why 45 ECP. That's why, they'll use it in like fucking. That's why it was used in a lot of those like SOCOM type pistols. Even after they switched to 9mm, it's because it's a decent cartridge that's subsonic by default. It's neat. Just the way it happens to be. Yeah.
Again, I know nothing about guns.
One day,
so I just like listen to you
osmose off of me.
I'm trying. Like I just keep listening, just like, whoa, okay, yeah. And then it's like we stop talking. I'm like, I don't know anything about guns.
Oh, ask me. Do you have any questions? You want me to hit me funny?
I mean, not really.
Fair enough.
It's making sense. I'm just.
This is a
Sorry,
year's
I read something
cultivated
stupid.
autism.
Yeah. My brain is too filled with special interests. I don't really have room for anything else. I'm gonna be real.
That's fair. You already have your slots filled.
Yeah.
Alright, we're using really fat bullets. Yep, 9x39 is really neat. What kind of stuff have you shot? I've shot like I did shoot was it No, it wasn't a 50 caliber. It was, I think it was 338 Lapua Magnum. But I shot a rifle with one of those, and that was really neat. But other than that, I've just shot like a smattering of just, you know, pretty standard pistols and rifles. I've shot stuff with suppressors. I've shot stuff with stuff. Oh, targets. I've never shot anything besides like paper targets or like steel. But like, I've never gone like hunting. I'm much more interested in like the firearms themselves in terms of mechanics and history and design and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to like, you know, actually going out and bagging a deer or something.
You don't just want to just sit in a pile of dead leaves for like a couple hours and just shoot a deer or two? I don't know. I don't know. Fucking. I don't know how hunting works.
Clearly, we need to go to an arcade and play fucking Cabela's Big Buck game hunting with extra.
That's all. That's all I know. That's all I know is Cabela's.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. I mean, I don't really know much about the loadings of guns necessarily. I wonder if you could achieve subsonic 50 BMG, something like that, by not necessarily using less power, but using just like a slower burning powder, maybe? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I could not tell you why cops don't shoot out tires anymore. I don't know if they even did that to begin with, to be honest with you. That sounds kind of like a movie thing, more than any actual practice. I don't know. I don't know anything about cops.
I don't know anything about cops either.
I'm not particularly interested in learning much about cops.
Fuck cops.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
It's late. We're running on empty.
I'm not running on empty. However, I do. So there's a concert I'm going to tonight.
All right.
Yeah, and it so it starts top of the hour, but my sister has the tickets, and she gets off work like directly at top of the hour. So I'm just like, well, I should probably get going, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But also, I enjoy yapping.
Bullets are really bad at deflating tires, if I recall correctly. That would kinda make sense, cause like a lot of the times when you have, cause like one thing I'm thinking about is like the rubber wipes that they put in certain kinds of suppressors, because those are literally just discs of rubber. You know, tires are made of rubber, but the rubber wipes, the idea is that you shoot through them, and then they, for the most part, close up behind them, which kind of traps the gas a bit and forces it to bleed off a lot more slowly, which, you know, decreases the volume of the gunshot. And so suppressors with wipes are very effective. But, you know, the fact that they tend to close up on themselves more than they do tend to let air out, I feel like that's probably a decent bit of, yeah, and obviously that degrades over time. Eventually they will just, you know, get a fucking hole through them if you keep shooting through them. But I feel like that's the kind of, that might be part of the effect of why theoretically shooting out a tire might not work as well as you would expect. Even setting aside the difficulties of hitting the shot and, like, you know, ricochets or whatever. If the tires is thick enough rubber, then it might just close up on itself, and, you know, it'll be like driving on a tire with a patch more than anything else. It won't like immediately deflate or pop. I don't know. I don't really know shit about cars. I also don't know shit about cops.
That's fair. I don't know that much shit about cars. I only know shit about very specific cars.
That's
And that's
fair.
not by choice.
God.
But
I want to learn to
Yeah.
pronounce Korean. There's been an increasing amount of Korean music mixing into my like YouTube music shit, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn, I want to sing this. I don't know how the fuck to say any of this words.
that's fair. Also, hi Ashley. Hi Ashley. Hi Ashley. Hi Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like there was like I heard some Korean music recently and I don't remember what it was. But it was like a band that I like went out and like searched for and then immediately forgot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Supposedly, Korean is like one of the easiest languages to learn. Because
It
they
looks
like
that way.
I think it's because, like, at some point, they, like, the government or whatever, like, I don't know how many decades or centuries ago this would have been, but, like, they super simplified and made the language super consistent to improve literacy or something like that. I might be partially making that up, but, like, I think that's the gist, the essence of it.
Yeah.
And so it's
I mean-
very easy to learn, is my understanding.
I mean, I believe it. Learned it when you were there and then probably forgot when I mean, that's bro, that's how I was with fucking Hebrew. Like, spent a year there and I like learned the language and I got back and I can't tell you I can tell you very little.
Yeah. God, I need to practice Russian more. I need to actually practice Russian, period. I need to brush up.
Yeah.
I'm just getting so rusty. Okay. I'm getting very tired. I think it's time to wrap this up.
That's fair. I need to I guess do a little bit of makeup and fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you everybody for coming. I really appreciate it.
Yahoo! Let me see who can raid.
I'm like trying to load who's up right now.
Let's raid Cheers to Geki. He's playing fucking Mirror's Edge. That's cool.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Sorry, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Slightly less cool, but
Still-
that's
Slightly less cool, but still cool.
still cool, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Thank you everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming out.
I'll probably do more streams next week. I'll definitely do another. I keep almost calling it Denny's. I keep almost giving the
Yeah.
game away.
Despite having a sign in the background, you
That's-
keep almost giving the game away.
Yeah.
Sorry, a sign in the background that's blocked by your gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Thank you everybody for coming. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.